You're going to have that forever.
Yeah, that is neat. That is neat. Or until, somebody decides to go Pol Pot, just erase everything. History doesn't matter. Flush.
We're done.
Oh, hey. Yeah, geez, the show started fast. I wasn't ready. I mean,
Oh, you got one.
oh, yeah. Cheers.
Is the song over? Did I miss it? Holy shit. Hey, everybody.
Yeah.
Welcome to another exciting edition of Our Town Podcast.
Ordinary.
Coming to you from the beautiful, historic Renton Civic Theater in downtown Renton, Washington.
Yeah, we're in the projection room that had been used as a costuming room, but no longer. So we have room to stretch in.
We are stretching out. This is good.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's nice.
Yeah. Any kind of upgrades we can do for your viewing pleasure is always good.
Oh, yeah.
For
You're
those
always
that
on our
watch.
mind.
For those
Could I
that
just
watch.
listen?
Yeah.
Yes. I think I gave you the wrong one.
Oh, geez.
That's mine. Jesus.
Oh,
that's
sorry.
why I couldn't find stuff. Boys,
So you have your own special one.
I
then.
do, because I have extra notes, like my top 5 and stuff on there.
Ah.
Yeah. Episode 58, boys.
Wow.
Almost to 60. Holy
I'm glad
smokes.
that we have more episodes than years. You know?
Right?
Finally. Because we are getting up there in age. Tonight's safe word, boys. If you feel threatened in any way, just yell this out. We'll stop the Here program and check on you. But tonight's safe word is Swifty, no Swifter.
Oh, man.
Oh, she is all in the news. Oh my gosh.
Taylor Swift?
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
it's a
She's
thing.
just, yeah.
I
Holy
think- yeah,
moly.
yeah.
God bless
Only a
her.
reason is because she's dating that football guy.
I think it will
Well,
manufactured.
she won the-
You got to have
I mean,
manufactured
as
anger
far as all
for
the
something,
anger
you know?
towards her right now.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Absolutely.
no, she's legit in the mail in the news for like all the great things she's done, which is good for you, you know. But yeah,
There was a great meme that Fox News had this story that Taylor Swift is going to produce X amount of carbon into the atmosphere because she's going to use her personal jet to fly to the Super Bowl or the championship game. Shame on her, kind of thing. It's like, wow, it took Taylor Swift to get Fox News to admit
Yeah,
carbon is bad
Yeah, and a type of pollutant.
for the climate.
Right? Yeah. I know, and
yeah.
that's why that's not really news. It's performative.
Yes.
yeah. They're
And I don't know, do they say the same for Donald Trump? Or
no, they
You
don't.
know what I mean? It's like...
It's
or
not
whoever
that big a
just
deal when he does
willy-nilly-
it.
No.
Yeah, willy-nilly travels. But I don't know. We have the right of freedom of travel, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to ever fault somebody for that shit. That's the... we shouldn't hate the player, but hate the game, I guess.
Right.
That kind of thing. And I mean, I just heard this the other day because everybody's not happy with Boeing right now, but their plane, compared to the Airbus, same technologies, et cetera, is 15 to 20% more fuel efficient.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, a tremendous amount. And that is, I think, besides like pensions and such, the biggest cost to airlines to exist is fuel.
Yeah.
Yeah, just tremendously more efficient.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Too bad they, got things falling off of
Well, our friend of the show, Eli, who came down and did our C-3PO,
Oh, yes.
and was also in the Gong Show, 2023 Gong Show. He works for the FAA as his normal job, and instead of doing his normal rounds, because he goes around to different manufacturers of airplane parts and stuff and double checks their safety and all that stuff, he's had to go down to Boeing every day.
Oh, man, yeah.
Because of all the trouble they've been having.
Yeah.
They've doubled up the manpower of FAA folks down there.
and close down the production line.
Yeah.
the man.
Yeah, and I hope I'm not giving away, I'm not going to say any more of the little inside facts that he gave me, but I mean, there's no plane out there that probably doesn't have a multitude of maintenance issues on it.
But that's why protocol needs to be in place to keep that from going too far.
Totally.
You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know.
Totally.
And now the radical ding-dong right-wingers are like, regulations are commies. Yeah, only commies like regulations. Like, so planes shouldn't be regulated.
Yeah,
right. Really,
yeah.
we don't need an FAA.
Yeah.
Really, that's communist overreach.
Yeah.
So dumb.
Well, and then you have, some guy that's the head mechanic in, Boise, Idaho. The plane lands and he goes, yeah, I think it'll do. A couple more runs. It'll be okay.
It looks fine. What are you talking about?
Slap some duct tape on it.
Yeah, does a
Yeah.
smell test.
So you have to turn a little bit more to the right instead of the left. It's fine.
It's burning a little oil, but at least that light went out.
Yeah. Yeah. If the light goes out, does that mean your car is fixed? Right? Oh, man.
Well, if you just ignore that light, it'll be fine.
Yeah, my van doesn't even have like warning lights.
It just randomly barks at you. It just randomly barks at you, right?
Oh man!
Oh man! Speaking of judgment calls, got a little bit of trivia here for you guys. During the Battle of Agincourt in 1415, the English army was fighting a bunch of French knights, and they were way outclassed because these were knights, and there was a bunch more of them. So, but the English army was heavily archers, right? So they won, but because most of them were sick with dysentery, they fought the battle without their pants on.
Wow!
So that they could shit and
Just
fight
shit all the time
at the same.
Oh my god! And then walk through the shit.
But they devastated a vastly superior force of
geez.
French knights.
Oh, there you go.
So I mean, nothing like let's get this thing over with,
Oh, it's
man. How many
hardcore,
arrows
man.
can I launch?
And I mean, how do you keep your morale up when not just you, but everybody around you is just shitting?
Fucking crapping all over the field.
Oh man, yeah,
I'm gonna take me britches off because I don't
it's
want to
rough.
get them all
Oh yeah,
soiled.
oh,
Ugh.
it's rough.
Ah man.
Yeah, I had giardia and like a dysentery at the same time. It was awful.
Was there any direction that stuff could go except for out?
It was just out all
Yeah,
the time.
man.
It's just awful.
Was that while you were overseas, or did
That
you
was
bring
part
it
of
home
that.
with you?
I brought that. Well, I got that and brought it home. That was the dysentery part. But then I went and got a job, like relatively soon thereafter, as a tree planter.
Oh.
So I drank some stream water or was near river water or something. It just got in me.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It was awful.
Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lessons learned,
Yeah.
right?
But I mean, so hats off to archers who just play through.
Take their pants off, let it all hang out, and shit all over the field.
As a bunch of mean dudes with swords are coming at you.
Yeah.
Just think about that, though. If you got a bunch of dudes that are probably not too keen on seeing other men's genitalia, that's probably gonna put them off their game a little bit. Seeing a bunch of guys with like bows and arrows and whatever else they got coming at them with their dingling woggling, waving back and forth.
Well, think too, if they had to retreat, right?
Yeah.
They just run from it and they leave this big field of shit everywhere, and the knights are like, no, we're gonna let them.
Yeah.
We're going to let them go.
And I tend to think that there was plenty of that anyway.
Yeah.
Right? And going through those old battlefields, I've thought about this more than I deserve to, and it's fucking a gnarly situation. Humans.
Yeah.
I mean, but we make it through stuff like that, right?
How?
Yeah.
It's interesting. Well, you guys want to talk some headlines?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Speaking of Taylor Swift, have you guys heard this story? And it's not really a football story, although it kind of relates. The Kansas City Chiefs fans that were left out in the cold. So there was a house party where this guy had like 4 of his buddies over, and according to him, one of the guys leaves after the game, and they're all just hanging out, and he goes off to bed, and 2 days later, people are pounding at his door. He opens up the door, and it turns out that 4 of his buddies went out into the backyard and froze to death. But they're like, how do these grown men, how do they go outside? How can they? Well, the speculation now and the toxicology reports have finally come back that there was drugs in the system, according to him. But the thought is that somebody brought something, probably laced with fentanyl or something, and they somehow went outside and passed out and froze to death in the Kansas City night air.
Fentanyl outside or something.
God, I don't know, man.
Wow.
Yeah, so everybody's blaming the guy, saying he's, to blame, and he must have done something. And he's like, fuck, man, I went to bed.
Yeah.
I don't know anything. 2 days later, I'm waking up
Still
and you
his
guys are.
property, though, right?
Yeah,
So-
well, yeah, it's his house for sure. And nobody knows for sure what happened right now, but the guy checked himself into rehab, which tells you something.
Well, that his lawyer said, you know, it'd look great.
If you go to rehab,
Or it could just be that he was scared so bad that
Oh, yeah.
fuck, man, I need to sober up.
No,
I
that's
can't.
awful.
I
I
can't
would-
do this.
yeah.
anymore.
yeah, I agree, man. Fentanyl is nothing to fuck around with.
No,
And-
it's
Is
awful.
it
It's
for sure
awful.
fentanyl or is it?
no, Todd, I'm not 100% sure. They
that-
just said drugs in the
That's
system.
because that seems like it's a buzzword right now.
Yeah, but isn't
It's everywhere. Yeah, I think.
I mean,
think
even
that's
like
not
marijuana
without-
laced with it and stuff?
I guess that's possible.
I don't
right,
know.
yeah. But I
Why
think
would you
just-
do that though? I mean, what does a fentanyl even do to you?
I think it's
Other than
maybe
kill
that
you.
they didn't know.
Well, it checks you out, right? It's a lot like heroin and opioids, but from what I understand, you don't even get the same degree of initial euphoria that you do with opium or heroin,
so
especially.
you're not really chasing a dragon; you're chasing a cockroach.
Well, I mean, first you're doing it to check out, but then after that, you have to keep doing it.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Didn't it start out being like a anesthetic?
It's a painkiller, yeah, for like stage
Oh,
4
it is a
cancer patients.
painkiller.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Because it
so-
checks you out. You just check out.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's why the dude's got the
Without the
sleeping-
euphoria,
Evidently, not as much. That's
Okay.
I've heard that. I've never.
you just kind of just numb.
But you check out. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
And
I
then
mean,
because that's the hard part is stopping. Right,
Yeah.
right. It's like the easy part, starting.
Yeah.
Stopping's the tough one.
Yeah.
Right, because in some cases it's like worms
it's like
crawling out of your skin with it.
it's definitely a physical addiction.
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So now the only thing would be is did one of the group give the others unknowingly something laced with fentanyl and they
Sure.
knew it, but it'd be hard to prove, right?
Yeah, like when the mayor was on the show, remember? He was talking about how
Yeah.
those pills, because they're artificial pills. Let's say there's a brand of painkiller that is sold to hospitals or whatever it's
Mm-hmm.
called. I'm just making this name up. Moxitocin or whatever.
Oh, I use that for my gout. I'm kidding.
I use it to go to sleep at night.
yeah, right. But now there's pills that will look just like those. Yeah, like a yes. I know the whole thing. Mwah. Yeah, I don't know because they're counterfeit is what they
Is
are.
that- okay.
Because it's easier to smuggle counterfeit shit than it's
Yeah.
it's awful and for a number of reasons actually.
Was it?
But you don't know how much is in there, and I guess the thing about ODing from smoking a drug, right? It's like I think that's what's happening here, right?
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't think they're shooting dope necessarily to OD. I think-
Nobody's come clean. The guy hasn't come clean. He
Yeah, or
just keeps
started.
maintaining that
Yeah.
he was, he went to bed and they were downstairs. He said, "Stay as long as you guys want to.
Yeah.
I'm going to
He's
bed."
fine.
Said he put on a big heavy fan and white noise headphones, and
Oh,
that's
man.
why he didn't. But he says he slept for 2 days, which if he was doing the fentanyl stuff, doesn't seem that crazy.
You slept for 2 full days?
That's what they say. So, one of the guys' fiancées, when he didn't come home that night, the next day she's like calling around, trying to get a hold of him, figures out that he went to that guy's house, went over to the house, banging on the door, nobody answering. She's calling him. The guy's car is out front.
Yeah.
And she's like,
He's
what
a
the fuck?
fast
Nobody's
guy, yeah.
answering. So she breaks into the house and then goes out to the backyard somehow and sees his body and is like, oh shit, and then calls the cops. And the cops show up and they find the other 2 guys out in the backyard. And it's like, yeah, they must have.
And then he wakes up when the cops.
Yeah,
get
and
there.
the cops came and he like wakes up. He's like, what's going on?
Or he was just on a bender, man.
Yeah.
I don't know about slept for 2
I
days,
don't
but if
know.
he had plenty of drugs that
Yeah, he
didn't
was
kill
probably
him,
he was
could have been
blacked
high
out
the whole time.
He was
yeah.
blacked out. He wasn't,
don't know.
He wasn't sleeping.
Yeah.
Oh, it's awful.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, nobody wants that.
It sucks
But
in
I
all-
bet there is court precedent over
Yeah.
stuff like that, that if you're in the presence of somebody who ODs or whatever, so his only alibi is that he wasn't consciously aware of it.
Yeah.
So he says.
Yeah.
But I
And
don't
these
know if
guys
that
were all his
absolves
like
him
high
of-
school buddies
Yeah, no,
and
it's
stuff.
awful.
And it's
Yeah.
like, I don't think he has any motive to poison his
No.
3 friends and stick them outside.
But
I
that's
mean,
unintentional manslaughter.
yeah,
right?
I mean, if they can prove that he was the one that dealt them and knew, because he didn't force them to take it.
No, and I don't know if it's manslaughter if you just don't render aid. I think sometimes it can be, depending, right?
Yeah,
But I guess if he wasn't consciously aware, he didn't ignore the situation, right?
yeah.
Oh, fuck, that's awful. That's just
Yeah.
awful.
Well, in other news,
hey.
Alyssa Milano,
Oh, gee.
Samantha Maselli, for those who remember Who's the Boss.
Oh, yeah.
That was her big, Charm. She had
She
Charm.
was in Charm for like
Yeah.
4 seasons,
Yeah.
4 or 5 seasons. Yeah.
She's taken a lot of flack
Oh.
because she used GoFundMe to help pay for her son's baseball team to travel to a tournament.
Why?
Oh.
Well, that's the question, right? Everybody's like, why? You're worth probably $10 million. Why are you?
Is she? Well, I don't know.
Well, I don't know
Yeah,
that.
she's
either, but
famous. Doesn't mean
she's
she's got
famous.
money.
Famous doesn't mean rich.
No, it
No.
really doesn't.
But
Was
she's
she a
taken
minor when she was in Who's the Boss?
Yeah,
so maybe-
she was under 18, I would think.
I bet she didn't get paid shit.
16 or 17.
Yeah.
No, when it started, she was like 13.
Yeah.
12 or 13.
Yeah, it ran for a while.
Yeah.
That show.
Yeah, that's Tony
And she
Danza.
dated like the Haim, one of the Coreys, and
Corey Haim.
was in a bunch of movies, like B movies, back in the early
sure.
90s.
Yeah,
and
yeah, no,
stuff
she's-
before she jumped on Charmed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's, I mean, aggressively attractive.
She very much
Well,
is.
and
yeah.
you know, she's also the what they based the look of Ariel. The
Oh, really?
yeah. So if you
Just
look
with
at
red hair?
The sea
Yeah.
creature? Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah,
The
no,
sea creature.
the mermaid. Yeah.
Sigmund?
Well, I don't know. She lives in the ocean. I don't know.
I mean, no.
think
If
it's
you look at the original
She's
artwork
a
for Ariel,
land
and you look at
walker.
like pictures of Alyssa Milano in the 90s,
Yeah.
it looks like her with red hair.
Yeah, okay, that
Yeah,
makes
geez,
sense.
I don't think I've seen Alyssa Milano since Charmed or something.
Yeah.
Not that I could think of.
Take a look now. She's been in the news. But yeah, like she's taken this flack because everybody assumes that she's incredibly wealthy and popular, and she could afford. And it wasn't to pay for her own son; it was to pay for the entire team to go. And I've
Yeah,
seen this
I
done a
don't know.
lot, where kids go and sell
Yes.
candy
Yeah.
and they sell whatever to
Yeah.
raise the money to.
I
go
don't know,
on the
because
thing.
nobody has to pay into that GoFundMe.
No.
You don't have to.
That's
Nobody's
true.
making you throw money at it,
Yeah.
right? It's like if you want to, sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
And
like,
it doesn't stop her from also donating or putting
Yeah.
money into the.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
GoFundMe.
sure she did. Yeah.
So-
But yeah, I don't get the hate because nobody really knows what her situation is.
I mean, you
It's
probably
yeah.
could Google like her net worth and see what she.
Yeah, somebody
What's
said
she
it was
paying
like 10
taxes
million.
on? Yeah.
was one of the. You're worth $10 million.
yeah, but if
Why
her
are
house
you-"
is, worth.
Yeah, we don't
In
know.
California, it's worth 3.
Yeah.
Right? So.
And I don't know that she's been doing any shows or movies recently. I haven't seen her. In
I haven't
Mike
seen her in
said.
anything, and actually, the last time I saw her on anything was on TikTok
Geez,
last
she
year.
should be on the Gong Show 2024 then. Come on,
Alyssa?
Alyssa. That would be great.
Love to have you.
Yeah, because she's watching.
Sure, maybe her people.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, the net
Probably-
worth of 10
probably
million,
not.
your agent's got 6 of that. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
poor Alyssa Milano.
Oh man.
Leave Britney alone.
Leave
Yeah.
Alyssa alone.
I mean, I get people's frustration because everybody says, "Well, TikTok's supposed to be used for cancer patients."
Oh, well, I don't
you
know about that.
Kids and whatever. But
Yeah, I don't know. GoFundMe is not a mandate, right?
No.
And if you don't want rich people to pay taxes, then let them do a GoFundMe. And just what do you call what Donald Trump's doing? Right? All
Oh,
day,
my
every
God,
day.
did you-
He's just asking poorer people
Yeah.
to send richer people money.
Well, did you see that Ivanka has taken like $2.3 million of that donated PAC money to pay? Well, he's paid
That's the daughter?
$2.3
Yeah,
million
that's the daughter.
dollars to a law firm that has only represented her. So it's not anything for his
Oh,
legal
man, it's-
defense and all that shit. Now he's paying for his daughter's legal defense
It's so
with
weird.
the PAC money, the
Yeah.
donations from Rubes.
And from Rubes, and which hurts my feelings, but it also hurts my feelings that just goes to show that if you've got money, even though this is the people's money, that you can forever go through court cases and never get convicted of jack shit.
Yeah.
Right? It's like if you don't have money for an army of lawyers and continuances and fucking this, that, blah, 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 just to wear it down,
Yeah.
you're stuck.
Yeah. I mean, look at OJ, right?
Yeah.
Would he have gotten off with a public defender?
One hell of a public defender they make like movies about.
Yeah,
You know what I
okay.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Starring Al Pacino.
Ooh-ah! Oh, and here's a weird, sad tale. A woman who was sometimes a prostitute, sometimes a street lady, was picked up in Alaska. She's a native Alaskan woman, and she was picked up by a guy, and he got out of the truck for some reason, and she grabbed a memory card that he had in the truck, and she put it in her pocket. And sometime later, she went home and watched it and had to turn it over to the police because it showed this guy killing a woman
What the
in
fuck?
a hotel room in not Fairbanks, but Anchorage. Killing the woman and saying shit like, I'm going to watch the life, all that serial
Like he
killer.
filmed himself
Yes.
murdering someone.
Yes.
What a ding dong.
And then filmed
What the-
her body in the back of his truck.
Oh, well, geez.
Presumably on
Yeah.
the way to dump the body. So she finds this SD card and, of course, turns it over to the police and says, hey, this is. And they were able to ID the guy because he was somewhat well known to the police and he had a very distinctive South African accent.
Oh my
So they
God.
were able to ID the guy. His name is piece of shit Brian Steven Smith.
Piece of shit. Dude, how did that lady survive?
I don't
He
know.
wasn't
I mean,
gonna-
she must have got lucky. I
she
didn't
got
see how
lucky,
she.
dude. Oh my God.
how the
What
transaction,
What the fuck is
but-
wrong with people?
Fuck.
I'm confused as to why she grabbed the SD card to begin with.
I don't know because it's not really worth a whole lot, right?
No,
Unless
And
she
no,
just.
unless he was dropping hints or that there's some
Yeah.
there's something really cool over
Yeah.
here. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Oh man,
Yeah.
nobody's ever gonna get their hands on
Or
this SD
he
card.
may have
She's
told
like,
her
oh,
that he had
done
those
some
recordings. or
ding-dongy,
something.
yeah.
You should see what I did. But then he gets out of the car, so she snags it. But it didn't say, like, she snagged it and ran. It didn't say.
Yeah.
She just
I don't know.
watched it later
Oh
and
no,
saw
he was
what
gonna
it was.
murder that lady for
Oh.
sure. Oh my God, she got, and I'm
Or
glad
somehow
she did.
she's involved and she didn't want to get caught.
I don't know. The two women that he killed were native Alaskan gals, poor and
Yeah, underrepresented.
underrepresented
Every single
and
about.
most likely prostitutes, kind of like the Gary Ridgway, killing.
Oh, it's awful.
It's just
yeah,
fucking
well,
sucks.
and, no, I mean,
But this
a
guy's on
common
trial.
target for well, good.
Right now,
And that's a small town, man.
it's not a big town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah. Just crazy.
Oh, people.
Something that you would see right out of like
Twin Peaks, man.
Criminal Minds or
Oh,
something.
yeah, sure,
all
sure.
those. Yeah.
That's some creepy shit.
Damn.
Well, I'm glad there was enough evidence to get that guy booted. So,
Yeah.
because he's not walking out of that, right?
Yeah. Well, one of Mike's childhood favorite TV shows, I'm assuming, is getting remade into a movie. Keith Carradine's Kung Fu.
Oh, should know that.
Keith?
Yes. David.
You mean David?
Yeah.
David, yes.
Keith is
is the nerd.
Death Race
right?
2000.
Oh,
right?
Death Race 2, yes.
Yeah.
No, that's the same guy.
Is
in
it?
both movies.
No.
It's David Carradine in Death Race 2000
All right,
and
yes.
Kung Fu.
David is Kill Bill.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Also Kill Bill.
Okay.
Yes.
Which one is the
Yeah.
Which one is the Revenge of the Nerds?
It's not Keith and it's not David. It's Robert.
Is it Robert?
Oh,
Okay.
man, good
Keith.
call.
Jeez.
Jesus Christ, Todd. Great
Jeez,
word.
Donnie Chen, who I'm not super familiar with, but
No,
he
it's
looked
Donnie
familiar.
Yen. No, Donnie Yen.
Are you serious?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my
Yeah,
God!
that's-
Does this all get
that-
spelled just completely?
Yeah, that's just autocorrecting.
Isn't that the
Donnie
guy?
Yen, no, he's a
That's the
stud.
guy from the Rogue One, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
The blind
I am.
yeah.
The Force is with me, and I am.
Yeah,
the
that guy's
Force.
awesome.
Yeah.
He's awesome. Yeah, Hero. Oh.
Yeah. No release date as yet.
He's
but
right on. Yeah,
I'm
'cause
looking forward to that.
And I think, infamously, David Carradine got the job over Bruce Lee.
Yes.
'Cause
Well,
they wanted
Bruce Lee
somebody-
developed the show.
Yeah, but
that
they
was
wanted
his
somebody
story.
less ethnic or something. It's like,
In fact, the show it's on Max right now. It's called Warrior. That's what the original script was supposed to be.
no,
Oh, and that's a good show too.
Yeah, that's.
I haven't seen.
that's the Old West, right?
Yeah.
It's
I
like
saw-
turn of the century. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, in San Francisco.
Yep.
Okay, I did. I watched
So that was,
Yeah.
and I read an article where it was like, this is the origins of the show Kung Fu.
Ah.
That's what it was supposed to have been, and Bruce was the writer and creator or whatever, and he wanted to be the lead character, but of course, it being the 70s,
Oh, yeah.
they're like, no, we're not going to
Give
put
it to
it.
Carradine. And he looked high the whole time. David Carradine. He really does. He looks loaded.
He's just like taking rips off the bong before they.
I think he's doing dope. I really do.
Man.
But I really enjoyed that show as a kid. Yeah, where he just
Oh, yes.
it's so
Oh, my
hardcore
God.
and cool.
Did you guys ever see
everybody
the?
wants to have a cool master like that, right? Like the
Yeah.
blind master and shit. He's cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Did you guys catch the remake of the series? It was on
I do.
CW.
Yeah, I knew it was
That
not
was
good.
how long ago?
2 or 3 years ago. This,
Oh, was it only? There was another one, wasn't there?
Oh.
Earlier
There-
on?
Yeah.
No, there was one in the 90s.
Yeah.
90s, yeah.
and that was a spin-off series. It was like the son of.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, but this one is like a telling a reboot, and it follows a female character who's she's like a monk. She
Same old West.
no, it's modern day.
Oh, modern day. Okay.
Jeez, how's that? Did you see any of that?
The first season was amazing.
Oh, jeez.
Second and third season.
No, I'm taking amazing. That's on the C-Dub, you say?
It was on the CW, yeah.
What does C-Dub go on any of the streamings?
Well, they have their own. If you go to their website or you go to their app and you can watch stuff, but I think it might also be on Netflix.
Okay.
I would look for it. Just go on to Google and type in Kung Fu
Like 2020 or something?
2018.
Oh, all right.
And it will come up with the series and tell you where you can watch it.
I gotta finish Warrior.
Warriors. I haven't finished the last season. That
I think how many seasons did they have?
3, I think.
Is it 3?
Yeah,
God,
3 or 4.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong.
Man, oh man. Well, speaking of 4, Taylor Swift gets her 4th Grammy for Album of the Year, a new record.
Didn't she also break like a record that was formerly held by Elvis?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe. I just know that this is the most Album of the Year Grammys. She now owns
Like
that
yeah,
title.
she's gotten X number of like the last 4 or 5 years in a row, something like that.
4 total is what I know. I don't know.
Oh, but not necessarily
'Cause I don't follow
consecutive
it.
years or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't really follow the Grammy.
I don't either.
I don't either. I just remember hearing somebody say that. So
Just thought. Do you guys
And
do
who
any
is
of the
Grammys? Because is that the Academy of Recording Artists or
I think so.
something
Yeah,
like that,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
I really don't know.
I know Metallica got something.
Do you guys? Is there any award shows that you guys are into?
Our Town Podcast presents The Gong Show. The only one that matters.
That's
As
true.
far as
Good
award
call, Mike.
shows, no, I used to watch the MTV Awards. The MTV,
Those were always kind of fun.
I realized the last time I tried watching, it's like I'm fucking old because I don't know who any of these people are.
No, that hurts.
And they had the silly cat like best kiss and best action
Yeah.
sequence and
Yeah.
Yeah.
which it makes it more fun.
That one, and then the kids' choice was also
Ooh,
good
the
too.
Nickelodeon one.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure.
Where you
Those
get
are
the
the ones I-
surfboard.
Yeah, or they had the surfboard and MTV had the popcorn
The
bucket.
the Kids' Choice, but that was like tons of that was like movie, music.
It was everything,
everything,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And MTV started off with just the music awards, and then they did 2 shows. One was music, one was movies and TV, and now it's all in one. I think it's all one. It's all one show now, and they play it across like all 4 or 5 of the networks that they run. Like so, it's on MTV and VH1, and I think 2 others. I can't think.
Oh, are those all the same company?
It's all Paramount.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Paramount, I don't know how that works, but
It's a segue.
Nice segue.
it has nothing to do with Paramount. Josh Brolin says he's heard it through the grapevine that they may bring him back for another go at Thanos.
Oh,
Nice.
There you go.
He didn't specify. He hasn't heard any particulars, but he said that it's kind of come down that, hey, they're looking, and it could be as simple as like voicing a what if or something
Sure,
like
which
that.
have been
And
excellent. by
he's
the way.
done that too, actually.
Oh, is there a what if? Because I haven't
I
seen all
mean, there is
yeah, come on,
in
right?
season 2 there is an episode where you see Thanos, and it is Josh Brolin.
Does he speak? Is speaking?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if they really are going to do the Kang style multiverse, because they've introduced multiverse, then he's
Yeah.
going to pop up somewhere.
He could
Yeah,
definitely.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm good with him coming back as
Yeah, I think he was great.
Yeah,
Oh,
he was
no, he did a
fantastic.
great job.
Yeah.
Great job. Great villain.
I hear he based that character off of Marlon Brando's performance in Apocalypse Now.
Sure, I could
Just
see
the
that.
cadence and the,
Yeah.
the
Just
way
the
he
way
kind of
he-
talks.
And just the coldness, right?
Yeah.
Because he's so convinced that he's correct.
Yeah.
That he's the only one.
I
who
am
can
the
see it,
inevitable.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's
Yeah.
good. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, I don't know
Oh,
what's
yeah?
going to happen
Well,
with
I'm
Kang.
Iron
I really
Man.
like the idea of Kang as a big bad, because Kang the Conqueror's cool as
And-
fuck.
yeah,
or
and
Kang
Kang-
as a totality.
He's
Yeah.
and that actor's not coming back ever.
No, which is fine. But
Yeah.
but that's the thing about being the multiverse. You can look like anything. You
Yeah.
don't just have to look like
Yeah.
that guy.
Yeah.
So to me, that's an easy fix if they want to keep it, right?
Yeah.
So I'm totally off topic.
Sure.
No, that's fine. That's part of what we're talking about here, right?
Yeah. Guys, what do Reacher, Masters of the Air, Yellowstone, and the Terminal List all have in common?
Filming location.
No, they're all considered, quote, dad TV, and unquote.
Dude, the fuck? I recently heard, the term dad rock is a thing.
Dad rock. That's
Dad
kind
rock.
of cute.
Is that like AC/DC and stuff?
It's basically butt rock, yeah. And
Oh, it's butt rock.
I mean,
So-
AC/DC's butt rock, isn't
How
it?
dare
I
you?
don't think so.
No, they're blues rock.
I think that like
where?
Poison and
Oh yeah.
You mean
Cinderella.
hair metal and butt rock are the same thing. Okay, got it.
that was always my thought.
Yeah.
I just assumed that any of like the bluesy rock that was in the 80s was kind of butt rock.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
That's not how I use the term.
I don't either.
Butt rock is not a precise.
no.
It's like a blanket term for.
nomenclature.
I think it was just a blanket term used for rock and roll in the 80s.
Yeah. Well, there's shows that about big burly men and brotherhood. They're not too heavy. They're not too light, meaning the storylines. They're just right for unwinding and kind of having that, not mindless, but just kind of
Having
zone
an investment
in.
still, right?
being
'Cause
able-
they're all
Yes.
character-driven
Being entertained,
shows,
but not having to think too hard about it.
Less complex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And-
hopefully, like, the good guys win, right? Like,
Well, that's what
for Reacher, you know what I mean? That's why I like it.
Yeah, they have they usually have an unambiguously great hero who tends to win and who's unflappable.
Oh, geez, all right.
So, I mean, that sums up Reacher.
Unflappable, does that mean they're not autistic?
It just means that they can't be
Sorry, folks, I had to.
they can't be taken out of their
They're not
idea.
over there doing this.
Okay. And they don't panic.
And they don't
You know what I mean?
panic.
Stuff like
Yeah.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think most dads and most adult humans are just this close from fucking losing their shit. Right? So it's nice to see examples of humans not losing their shit.
Yeah, because us in our 50s, aren't we out of that prime demo, the 18 to 49-year-old demo? Isn't that the demo?
I don't know.
18 to 35 is, I thought.
Is it 18 to 30?
man, yeah.
I guess it depends on what you're looking at,
Yeah.
but we're definitely outside that.
Did you guys catch, I think it was last night's After Midnight? Oh my God, I couldn't
No.
stop laughing.
I haven't watched it
Nice.
since we
all right.
talked about it.
You watch it live or you watch the day after?
I mean, if I'm up and about at 12:30, I'll watch it live. But if I'm not, I'll watch it on record. I have my DVR set to record it.
Oh, there you go.
Like, I'm going to watch it live.
But then it's also they play their live show one day late on Paramount Plus, right?
Yeah.
And I
yeah.
guess they're going to do that with the Jon Stewart.
Oh, the Daily?
I don't know if he's coming. Is he coming back to
He
the
is
Daily
coming
Show?
back.
He's gonna
Daily
do,
Show
like,
one day.
one
Is
day
it
a week.
Mondays?
I don't know what.
I don't remember now.
Has that been confirmed now? Because I know we
Yeah,
talked
I
about
saw,
that
I saw
last
an ad
week.
with him saying it.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I'm
then
happy to
gonna,
see that.
Yeah, so it's live on what's the home channel? I don't remember.
Comedy Central.
Comedy Central.
Giving you a
yeah.
plug, Comedy Central. You owe us.
Yeah, they need us to promote
Yes,
that.
out of poor Comedy Central. But then the day after, I can watch it.
Paramount Plus.
Paramount
yeah.
Plus, correct.
But yeah, no, it's yeah. God, that episode is so funny. I'm trying to remember who all was on it now. All I know is there was a drag queen from RuPaul's Drag Race, and they
Oh,
were
nice.
absolutely hysterical.
Nice.
Every single time they opened their mouths, everybody else was doubled over in laughter.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ah, comedy.
have to go check it out. But being out of that demographic now, it's kind of like, well, there maybe is a demographic for those, 45 to 65-year-olds, right? The dad
Sure.
TV kind of stuff. So
Yeah, where's our bonanza?
Yeah. I should make a thing that says, that derailment was brought to you by ADHD.
Nice.
Guys, I don't know if you remember this guy. I do remember his voice because he had a very distinctive voice, but Charles Osgood died at 91. Do you remember Charles
I
Osgood?
remember. I think Mad Magazine made fun of it.
Oh,
But
did
he
they?
wore bow ties and shit, right?
I think so, yeah. He was CBS for like 40 fucking years. Just a long time. Radio, TV.
Was it the guy with the fro and the glasses?
No, you're thinking of the movie guy.
Yeah.
Oh, Gene Shalit or whatever.
Yeah, no, Charles Osgood he said short words, short sentences, short paragraphs. There's nothing that can't be improved by making it shorter and better. So he talked in very sort of stiff cadences, very short phrases, and that kind of stuff. And just if you heard his voice, you'd be like, oh.
You probably would recognize him.
Osgood.
So maybe we should do Charles Osgood as Charles Nelson Riley.
That would be hilarious.
Charles Nelson Riley. I gotta get my Riley down. I gotta work on it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know.
Should that be a separate gang? No, he's not. He doesn't go back far enough. In Apocalypse, Hot Rodders of the Apocalypse, because there's a bunch of spin-off gangs, right?
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah, I've got a bunch like the Elvis gang. Elvis is a preacher, has his own gang, a gang of clowns.
nice, nice.
We need some other ones though.
I like the Karloffs. Like a genetic disorder gave them blockheads and shit.
That's great.
Yeah. But I gotta, because it's like late 50s, early 60s.
Yeah. Well, it takes place, I think, beyond where we're at now.
Yes.
But
the time
the
freeze.
time, freeze was, probably 56, right after Elvis has come big on the TV. What is Mike talking about? We're trying to put together another radio parody. No, just a radio play. Just a radio play for you folks.
Joyous fiction.
Which we hope to have done in the next couple of months for you guys. So, bated breath.
Hot Rodders of the Apocalypse.
Hells yeah. So we were going to talk about Renton 2302, which is the minimum wage here in Renton, which I think translates to around the country, around the world. But I think we'll hold off because we might have a special guest next week that could give us some good insight on this.
I do have him scheduled.
We'll hold off on that.
Yep.
Meanwhile, guys, Carl Weathers has passed away.
Yeah, that was sad for sure.
72?
Yeah.
Something
Does
like
anybody here suffering from anything?
I didn't hear anything as far as like what caused it. I think it's just,
The Empire got him.
Yeah, they
Like independent system.
A bounty hunter caught him, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, cool. I'm sure I'm glad that he had that as a... Is that his last work? Was Mandalorian?
It may have been.
Maybe.
Nice swan song.
That's a cool, absolutely. Right.
That character was awesome, and all the tributes I saw were either Star Wars or Rocky related. So.
Yeah,
sure.
And don't forget, he was the dude in Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, he got his hand.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's the other video I keep seeing is of him. Like, hey, got my hands back.
Yeah,
started playing the piano.
Nice.
Yeah, because he died in that movie, and he went to heaven. So there's pictures of him in heaven.
Good. Oh my God. I mean, that movie is so dumb, but it is so good.
So,
and you also see him in Little Nicky too.
Yes, that's right. Makes an appearance. So he got to start. He was a football player.
NFL, yeah.
Well, NFL for a short time. Big time college guy. Went to the NFL. Played for a couple of teams for a season here, season there. Ended up going to the CFL for up in BC for quite a while, and then got out of it. And then when Sylvester Stallone was looking for his foil, his Creed, right, Apollo, they came out, and Apollo insulted him when they met, sort of like, man, what are you talking? This guy can't act. Talking about Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, man, yeah.
This guy can't act. What are we going to do? This guy sucks. And Sylvester Stallone fell in love with it right away. He's like, okay, this is the guy I need to mess with me the whole time. So
right on. He's great.
He's great.
Apollo Creed was a great character.
And he was first 4 Rocky movies, right?
I believe so. Yeah,
because he got killed by Drago.
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah,
it's awful.
Yeah.
Oh, the other thing that I kept seeing is people referring to Creed and how the guy from Creed died, and they're like, The singer from Creed died?
Oh, yeah.
One armed, one on fire.
Yeah.
My mouth's not open. Yeah. Yeah.
That's not Gavin Rossdale, is it? What band?
No,
was he in?
Gavin's in Bush.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
I like
Scott Stapp?
Scott Stapp, yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez, good
yeah.
call.
Jeez, yeah. Creed.
Yeah, but geez, and Predator, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, he was in
Huge role
He
in
was,
Predator.
oh, he was
yeah.
also. Isn't that the one where he shakes Arnold's hand?
Yeah,
with
they
both,
do that
both
iconic-
arms.
Yeah, they do the-
Both arms are like this big
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Iconic,
fantastic.
yeah.
It just because there was nothing but jocks on that
Yes,
set, dude.
yeah.
Could you imagine trying to wrangle all those
Yeah.
egos?
They used to talk about that. The guys that were in the movie said that they would show up and they were all sort of in training because they wanted to buff up and perk up. So they were all trying to sort of outdo one another. So
Yeah.
Jesse the Body,
Oh,
a
yeah.
great friend of the show.
Yeah, way. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Sylvester or no, Arnold and
Carl Weathers.
Carl Weathers and
Those are the super duper.
those were the
right?
super
But
duper.
you
The
know,
guy with the
yeah.
the shaved head, I
Bill
can't remember.
Duke.
Is that it? Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, he's great.
Yeah.
Man. Oh
Yeah,
he's still
he's-
around. Bill Duke's still around.
Oh.
Yeah.
I saw him. Wasn't he? He was also in. Wasn't he in Commando too? Wasn't he
I've-
one
you
of the
know,
Marines?
I haven't seen Commando.
I've never seen Commando.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's such
I
a
know.
great movie.
Man,
Right on.
speaking of Alyssa Milano,
Yeah,
Oh, gee,
yeah, she was probably like 12 in that.
She played Arnold's daughter. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
geez,
a
right
great.
on. Nope,
Some of the
never seen
best
that one.
Arnold one-liners
Yeah.
come from that movie.
Yeah. all right.
yeah.
Remember when I told you I was going to kill you last? I lied.
Nice.
Where's Sully?
I let him go.
Nice.
But that's Ray Don Chong,
and he
man.
literally dropped him off a cliff.
Yeah.
That's when he said, "I remember when I told you I would kill you last."
Yeah.
He's holding him over a cliff. I
So he
lied.
gets to score double points on that one kill.
Yes.
He gets to get
Yes.
two memorable lines
Yes,
out of
he
one
did.
kill.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
efficiency that you only get with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Mike, your homework is to go watch that because it's got Ray Don Chong. It's
Yeah.
got
Oh, geez,
Arnold.
right
It's
on.
got,
Yeah, where's that lady?
what's the guy? What's the bad guy? Dan Daria.
I haven't seen it since the '80s, man. I need to rewatch
All right,
it.
all right.
Dan Daria,
some
which
homework.
you would recognize
Okay.
him for sure. He played Carla's wife Carla's husband on Cheers,
Oh.
and a bunch of stuff.
Yes.
You know the guy.
Oh,
you
yeah, no,
who
I
I'm saying.
know.
He's the main bad
Absolutely.
guy. Yeah.
Just a slimy.
Just a slimy.
Yeah. Yes. What's his name?
Dan Daria, I
Oh,
think.
man.
And maybe I got that
I
wrong.
want him to come to Comic-Con.
Yes,
That
would
guy's
be
great.
fun.
Because, of course he's a villain. Yeah.
They just announced some big names for Emerald City. Let me pull it up real quick.
Oh, jeez.
Oh no, that's not the guy I'm thinking of. Dan Daria is an old Western. What's the movie? Commando.
Commando. Which is.
Do,
yes,
do, do,
I
do.
usually wear my pants, people.
It is, Bill Duke. Dan Hadia. That dude.
Yeah.
That's who you were thinking
Oh,
of?
yes.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, see, we have
Right there. The one in the white shirt.
Yeah, that one.
Captain America,
Oh, man, look at those eyebrows.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Caterpillars, yo.
Oh, yeah. See, that's and America still beat the Soviets. We didn't have, facial manicures on our dudes and shit. You know what I mean?
We weren't all metrosexual.
Is that still a thing?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look at us, Todd.
I don't think. I think Charles is the closest one to being a metrosexual.
Well,
well,
I think
thank
Todd
you. I
just,
appreciate that.
Just does his own hygiene. Todd and I are fuck it. Todd and I have pockets.
We don't care,
Pockets
yeah.
filled with fuckets.
Oh my goodness. Yes. So rest in peace, Carl Weathers. Great memories,
Yeah,
childhood.
geez. Yeah.
just
Oh, yeah.
a ton of stuff. And he was never that pinnacle star. He was never got the, the
The leading man.
Sylvester
maybe.
Stallone, Arnold
Yeah.
lengths. But yeah, I mean, he certainly.
Yeah, because his not great movie was Action Jackson.
Oh, that's right.
That was his
He did try to
superstar
get-
because he was
Yes.
the leading man for that, right?
Good call.
Yeah.
And that didn't go anywhere. It did. It was
I mean, I wouldn't say that, but I don't know if it didn't make any sequels, really.
Yeah,
Right?
they didn't.
I can't remember the female star in that, but it was somebody like Apollonia or something. You know what I mean? It wasn't Apollonia, thank you, but it was.
Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah, Christopher Lloyd.
Everybody
Yeah.
loves Christopher Lloyd.
So we're so far we're getting people from Twilight, Lord of the Rings,
And what? Oh, that's all at Emerald City?
Emerald City
Oh, geez.
Comic-Con, yeah.
Nice.
The guys from Supernatural.
They got jelly of...
John DiMaggio. Oh, God, I have to go now. John Rhys Davies, Indiana Jones.
and Gimli.
And Gimli,
Yeah, that's right.
for sure.
Very dangerous at short distances.
Mae Whitman.
Yeah, that guy does a great job.
Gimli?
Yeah. John Rhys Davies. And
yeah.
because what's some of the
Wasn't
great
he on
lines from Indiana
Sliders,
Jones?
too?
Where he's
Yeah,
all,
he was the professor on Sliders. I love that show.
That's right. Yeah, he's done fine.
Oh, he's been,
Yeah.
all over the place.
Sean Astin,
Oh,
jeez.
I like Sean Astin.
Tom Kenny, SpongeBob himself.
Yeah, who is Sean Astin in Stranger Things? Bob the Brain.
Bob.
Yeah, Bob the
I
Brain.
didn't make it that far.
Dude,
Oh, all right.
He's like, is this a treasure map?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I was
think
the only
he's
one who
great.
thought that was funny.
How many seasons was he on that?
He was only on one season,
Was that third season?
third season.
He
Yeah,
was
he was the love.
Trying to date Winona.
Yeah.
He was the
Yeah.
love interest for Winona. Yeah.
Winona.
Yeah.
I was actually Facebook friends with him for about a week.
Oh, man,
Nice.
that's something.
I was like, someone. I tagged him and someone congratulating him, and then someone says, you know Sean Astin? No, he was just nice enough to add me, and the next thing you know, he wasn't on my friends list anymore.
Purged.
Yeah.
I lived in Coeur d'Alene when Patty Duke moved there.
Oh, no.
So that's, 9
your
degrees
connection?
of separation or whatever. Yeah.
I served Tom Skerritt scrambled eggs once.
Yeah, Tom Skerritt lives
yeah.
in this area, though.
Yeah.
And Tom Skerritt was in this theater
Oh, that's right. You were
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
we
yeah.
talked about this
Yeah.
before. Yeah.
for last year's Film Frenzy.
Yeah. Oh my God, guys! It's only February, but a lot of crazy things have already happened in 2024. First one is Fox News brought on a psychic
Oh, I saw
to
that.
predict how Trump's 2024 would go, but she awkwardly pulled the Five of Cups tarot card, which represents loss and failure.
Oh, geez. There you go. Well,
Cut away! Cut away!
yeah. And that surprises me because a big chunk of their market is evangelicals.
Yeah.
And a lot of evangelicals, I think,
I
look
would
at tarot
guess.
stuff as bad, right?
Well, it is until
Isn't that the devil's work? It is.
Have you guys seen the Christian Ouija board that has how
Oh my God, that's fantastic.
the thing, I don't know what they call the thing that spells out stuff on the Ouija board, but it's
Yes,
basically it's a crucifix with a hole in the middle,
Wow.
and they say you can use this to talk to Jesus.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
I got some bones to pick with Jesus. My uncle, who professes to be, is my aunt's husband. I didn't grow up with him or anything. They married maybe 5 or 6 years ago. But or maybe they've been married longer. I'm not sure. But he professes to be a big time sort of evangelical, and he's a big Trump supporter and stuff like that. But he's always posting pictures of scantily clad women with nipples boing boinging.
That makes sense. No, that tracks. That really does. It does.
What would Jesus think about?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I think a lot of the things people think Jesus is uptight about, he's not uptight about.
Right, but
it falls in line with the do as I say, not as I do kind of thing.
Oh, sure. There's that.
I'm just talking about like the tarot card and throwing the evangelicals up in arms, like, oh my God, they're
If they're told to be up in arms, I bet they get up in arms.
Yeah, I'm sure
that's kind of the thing, right?
Yeah, because he's always posting about the border.
And I think that's why the Trumpists and those culty kind of members really are. It's the same psychology as televangelism, and even that type of like big church evangelism, right, where it is a business,
Right.
They all kind of have the same formula,
Yeah,
right? Oh my God, that's fantastic, though. It really is.
So what do you? So it just
What's
moves
this
around the board and
Yeah, and instead of having
Communicate directly with Jesus Christ. Are you sure that's not a mockery? That's
no, that's a real product.
but you got to put your love into it. I get on my knees to please.
$30. Planchette. It's called a planchette.
Okay,
Yeah.
but yeah, the planchette is a crucifix.
board for seance.
But I saw it on TikTok
But
yesterday.
it's spell like the Ouija board spells stuff, and then it has yes or no.
And instead of having the letters in a row like this, like it's like in an infinity symbol.
Yeah.
That is
Goodbye.
incredibly.
Holy Spirit. What's that say? Oh, board up top. Oh, all right.
Holy Spirit board, goodbye, Jesus.
That's weird. They put the goodbye Jesus on the bottom rocker there.
Yeah.
Weird. That's just weird.
Just-
I don't know, but I mean, I bet they're selling some.
Yeah. So this is on Amazon, and it's called the Jesus board.
It's called Christian Religious Talking Board for Seance.
With planchette. Oh my
planchette.
God! That an AI created that name.
Because a burning bush is a fire hazard.
Well, I think if you
$30.
if you put in Christian Ouija board, people will freak the fuck out.
Yeah, you can't say Ouija and Christian.
I think Ouija is a made up word. It's
I'm
like a
sure.
Parker
I mean,
Brothers
every
fucking
word is
product,
made
right?
up if you think about it.
Well, fair enough. Fair enough. That's 1,000% fucking true, actually.
But I considered actually getting it just because I thought it'd be hilarious to give to someone for Christmas.
Yeah.
Actually.
Guys, did you watch the Cat Williams interview on the Shannon Sharp
did,
show?
and he was just like,
I watched some of it, but I got kind of bored with it. But it was kind of all over the place.
I
right?
was like, okay, what's he gonna say next? What's he gonna say next? I kept looking for more videos of it because it wasn't all the clips I saw were not the full thing. So I had to find each individual one where he's talking about each individual people.
What kind of stuff? Because I forgot to write it down here, Todd. What kind of stuff was he talking? He was talking about like a producer offering sex for.
He was talking shit about a bunch of different big name comedians and actors and
About stealing jokes.
stealing jokes and stealing his jokes.
Right.
And just like being downright disrespectful to other people behind their backs and talking shit about other. He's referring to like for example, Steve Harvey, I guess, was talking shit about like Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
And other people, and Bernie Mac. And that's the one that he had a problem with, is when talking smack about Bernie Mac. And
Bernie Mac's one of the
passed
funniest
away,
people.
right?
he passed away like 10
One of the
years
funniest
ago.
human beings ever to walk.
Yeah. And
Just a slag.
he goes, yeah. And apparently, Steve Harvey said stuff about Bernie Mac's series and all the stuff that he was doing well with, and then he turned around and did the same exact thing. So
Yeah, and I don't know. You want to know one of the few like long running comedians who've never made me laugh? Steve Harvey. Never once. Ever.
you know
Ever.
what? Honestly, I think you're right. He's. I've seen him in lots of TV shows and movies, and he's always kind of that one guy who's like, really, kind of.
He tries to use his facial expression, like on Family Feud.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right. It's all
It's
about
a good gig, and that's not the same as comedy, right?
the facial.
Yeah.
And
stuff.
As a reaction, whatever.
you know those people are put up to saying those things
Oh, sure.
just to see his reaction.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Yeah, it's a semi-scripted show.
Yeah,
Sure,
yeah.
but
In the butt, Steve.
I know it's so corny. Oh my god, it's just recycled canned ham.
Dude, yeah, and that one's from the Newlywed Show from like the 70s.
Right.
Oh, just-
I just miss the whiskey and cigarette soaked breath of
Oh, yeah.
what was the Hogan's Heroes
Yeah, that
guy?
guy, yeah, the guy from
Richard
Richard Dawson.
Dawkins. Yeah, Dawkins or Dawson something.
Dawson, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
Oh,
Dawson's Creek.
because he would kiss he just went
Yeah.
up.
And everyone's like, yes, I want to kiss you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
They look like they're throwing up in their mouth when he's getting too close.
because he spelled like, brute cologne, cigarettes, and gin.
cigarettes, yeah.
Brute by
I don't know.
Fabergé.
Well, that's kind of how my.
Reminds me of my childhood.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's how my dad used to smell. I
Wasn't that
think.
your nickname in high school?
Stale coffee?
Yeah. Oh man.
We talked about this on the show, boys, but all the problems Boeing's having, the door blowing out, and then they find like a person's phone like a few days later that blew out of the airplane. They found it like somewhere over Portland or something,
Well, that's
It was
neat.
found in the field, yeah.
and it was working.
It's a Motorola. What were the BlackBerry? Right? Because you just can't kill them.
Get trampled by elephants. It's still kicking.
Yeah.
Gosh, we got a ghost. The ghost is a joint.
Oh, I know she's the bestest. Hi, Jess.
Oh, it was Jess. Hi, Jess.
Nice. Do you like what I did up here?
I
Yeah,
did
no, it's
this
a miracle.
Great.
You're a miracle at work.
Fantabulous. Oh my god.
Careful back there. I'm feeling
See?
a bit gassy.
But I was
Ew.
a fan of Jess before anybody. I was up
What?
on that
That's
before
not
anybody
true.
else.
Yeah, Jess is awesome.
That's
What are you talking
not
about?
true.
It's just like being a hipster and knowing bands before other people. Same thing. I seen that kid.
Actually, I liked before anybody. I used to get my cappuccinos.
Yes.
I like Jess back when she was underground.
Nice. Yeah. Before she got signed.
Signed to RCT.
Oh, man.
And speaking of RCT, folks,
Oh.
go to RentonCivicTheater.org
Yes.
and check out the calendar for upcoming shows if
Yeah,
you're
man.
in the area.
The set they're building right now
It's
looks
great.
really
Oh, yeah.
cool.
I want to live there.
And brand new lights going up, right?
Yeah, no, I think tomorrow's the last day of all the electrical work.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they've done a magnificent job.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, a lot of great stuff's been happening in this theater in the past.
Yeah, Bill's on fire.
6-8
Bill's
years.
rocking.
Nice.
He's getting mad shit done. It's fantastic.
Nice. Look at him. He's got a new lease on life.
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe
I don't know, but it's great.
kicking the
So,
butt. What,
yep.
what would you say?
I don't know. New, I don't know.
New outlook.
Cincinnati Quack.
What he said. You guys heard about the Chicago rat hole?
No, I was going to ask you about that.
sound
Yeah,
positive.
so I can't remember what neighborhood it is in Chicago. And Chicago's a vast city, very vast city,
And pretty old.
But there is on a sidewalk in one of the neighborhoods. There's a shape in the cement that looks like a rat splatted right into the cement.
Oh.
And I think it's a natural occurrence. I don't think like somebody poured cement and dipped a rat
Like
into it.
Mickey's symbol or whatever.
It looks like a pointed nose rat with whiskers, and then the paws like stuck. You'll have to look it up. But now it's somebody took a picture of it, and now it's like a tourist attraction.
Oh.
People are like coming from all over, and the people in the neighborhood are going.
What's it called?
I don't great.
God, I was
Chicago rat
I was
hole?
rat
Yeah, I was into
friendly before it was cool.
Yeah. I was afraid it was going to have to do with actual like a large amount of rats.
No,
glad
no.
I am
like it was a
incorrect.
swinging, like a whirlpool of rat infestation
man.
or something. Yes, so
Yeah,
doesn't it
sure
sort of
does.
look like a
Yeah.
rat got
Hey,
dropped
or a,
right into
or
the...
a squirrel or something.
Yeah.
Or
No, that's
yeah.
great.
Yeah,
It looks,
it's
it looks
become a
like
phenomenon.
maybe it jumped and landed in the wet cement, and then like someone.
Well, and that is
and it doesn't look like it walked away from that. So it had to have died there.
He fell
It
from
got-
space.
he went for a flying pizza drone and took a header off
Here's
a
a picture
10-story
of someone
building.
filling it up with vapor.
Oh my goodness!
That's something.
Yeah, the Chicago rat hole, right? That's what they call it.
Yeah.
Does it say what neighborhood it is?
No, I just looked up the image of
Okay.
the.
Yeah, I've been all over Chicago and like the city a lot. Wouldn't
Right
want to
on.
live
Oh, yeah.
there, but it is a fascinating city.
Let me pull up the Wikipedia article for it. The Chicago
just-
rat hole is a hole shaped like a rat in the sidewalk of West Roscoe Street in the Roscoe Village neighborhood of Chicago, Illinois.
No idea.
Not
United
familiar with
States.
Roscoe Village. I'm going to have to look and see if I've been there.
Roscoe Pico train.
After existing for decades, it became a viral phenomenon on social media, mainly Twitter. In January 2024, attraction tourists to the site.
I'm surprised nobody did anything 10 years ago. If
Previous
it's
to
been
that.
there for so long.
Well, and so the same fucking hole in that sidewalk has been there for decades.
and nobody noticed it looked like a
Nobody's
rat.
fixed it.
At the very least, I think they should have filled it in, but it still would have the shape of a rat.
Oh yeah, no, you got a little bit of
It's a
that's
tripping hazard.
$8 worth of blacktop just to spoon in there. It isn't that hard. Get done in like an hour.
But then you wouldn't have the rat hole, mate.
Yeah, it would just be the shape. Yeah.
Here's a bigger image of it right there.
I mean, that really does look like a rat
It
with
really
the
does.
fingers and.
The little handprint.
I'm a
It
little
depends on how
suspect.
big
I
it
think
is, but that
somebody-
could also be like a possum too.
It
Yeah.
could be, any kind of little
Yeah, I,
woodland
and I
creature.
mean, is that really naturally occurring, or did somebody sit down
Sit
and
and chip
carve
it
that
away.
out?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it's cement, so no, it's not natural.
Oh, I think
Sure.
we need to go walk the streets of Renton and find our own
Dude.
little
Yeah.
rat
You know
hole.
what we should do? We should see if we can find like a rubber toy rat, and if they're working on someplace, just drop it in there.
Just drop it, splat, and then we got our. We need a dragon shape though.
Oh, you know what you could do? You could get one of those 3D printed dragons and have that put in the cement.
Put just
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I don't know.
That's
Mike, talk to Mary Arts Commission.
that's wild.
Talk to Climber.
Yeah.
Get her on the ball. Guys, we
I
talked
think
about.
we want dragons in Renton.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We do.
Yeah.
Some dragon prints in the.
Yeah,
the-
something
Maybe
like
just a dragon footprint
I think that's a great
in
idea.
the
Dude,
on the
that-
sidewalk would
Right
be
next
very
to a
cool.
right next to a human footprint.
Yeah,
give
Bigfoot.
give those creationists something to talk about.
Nice. Yeah. Dinosaur bones were put there by the devil.
Just to confuse us, because the world is only 6,000 years old.
Which is not actually biblical. Some,
I know.
and I'm doing air quotes, even though you can't see invisible air quotes. A scholar came up with that number. It's like,
What are you talking about? There's a camera right there.
what's that? But I wasn't actually doing the air quotes.
Yeah.
You could do the air quotes.
I
though.
could, but
But that's like Methuselah
backwards.
living for 941 years or something, right?
He was a badass, though.
It's true, he was.
And plus, if you have enough fiber,
And the air quality
you're
must have
only
been
as
really
clean as a
good.
colon. And I
right?
bet, well, yes and no, right? I mean,
that's
there's
true.
forest fires and like La Brea tar pits.
What was
and
the
shit like
giant
that.
giant angels that were on
The Enochian angels?
The
and shit?
Nephilim?
Nephilim?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's a rough time.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Christians and stuff, we talked about this on the show. Escambia County, Florida banned multiple dictionaries due to definitions of sexual conduct.
I mean, it's insane.
The
It's insane.
literal dictionary definition
And
of
who reads the dictionary to be
intercourse.
titillated? Because they're angry at the titillation. Which is going to be the name of my next album. Angry at the titillation. Right? But that's
man.
it, right? It's like because the Bible has plenty of
Oh, big time.
you know what I mean? Of controversial, writings or whatever you want to call it. But
Yeah.
so it's weird.
Yeah.
That is weird.
It really is, because
Yeah.
I'm a big enjoyer of erotica, written
Yeah.
erotica, or spoken. If you want to come over and read it to me, I'm not opposed. But I never thought about going to the dictionary and
Nobody
being like,
ever has.
fornication.
Yeah. So dumb. So dumb.
We need to
I mean,
ban
that's the equivalent of looking in the Sears catalog because they have the
because they had the
Bras and stuff.
Bras and
yeah,
panties.
but I mean, yeah.
And the only
Look,
bras
he
that-
who is without sin.
Dude,
cast the
seriously
first
though, the only
catalog.
bras and panties they had in the Sears catalog were the ones like Jeff Foxworthy says they look like the kind you can measure first downs with. You know?
oh man, that or we're all guilty of going to the National Geographics to see.
Yeah. But that,
You know
yeah,
what?
yeah.
I
Oh my God, that's
I discovered that stuff, girlies and whatnot, around the time that Victoria's Secret became a thing, and my mom used to get the catalog, and it would always disappear, and she didn't know what happened to it.
And thankfully, you had older brothers that you could blame it on, right?
I also had a stack of porn that I got from my older brother Glenn too. She's like, I don't think you should have all that porn. You're too young for this. Like, I'm 16, Mom. This is the prime age for this
16?
stuff.
That's old.
For porn, yeah, it is.
Elon Musk, everybody's favorite billionaire, his Neuralink implanted a brain computer in someone's head that's meant to create a generalized brain interface to restore autonomy to those with unmet medical needs today and unlock human potential tomorrow. So he actually,
I read that, and it's
They
like-
went about inserting that chip into somebody's friggin' brain.
But I mean,
How-
I
don't know.
What happened?
I don't know the
Yeah.
science on it.
What? How big is the chip, or does it look like a Raspberry Pi attached to the back of someone's head? You know,
Or do they peel off a panel and it's like Data's, you know?
Or who's Lando Calrissian's right hand man?
Oh, he's got that little thing in the
Yeah.
back, right?
Cybot, I think is.
Yeah, that guy.
But
Oh my
no,
God.
seriously, when I first saw
Lobot.
Lobot, that's what it
Yeah.
was. Lobot. And I was thinking about like, what does that look like? And I had an image of Raspberry Pi, the little tiny
Oh yeah, that other.
$35 computers you can learn programming from. They're about this big, and I was like, is that just like stapled to the back of their head?
Stapled.
And like wires are getting fed inside their head.
So did they not have to go through the initial attempts before they just plunked it into somebody's fucking head, or what?
I have no idea.
I mean, there must
and
be
who
some-
volunteers for that shit?
I don't know. Maybe it's somebody in a coma, and it's like, no, how about this guy?
I'm wondering if the person who volunteered is probably like maybe they're neurodivergent and they're hoping this will help make them neurotypical.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I don't know.
Why would you want that?
Yeah, well, that's a fair question. That is a
I
fair
mean-
question. Yeah.
I mean,
don't-
yeah,
but people
okay.
have-
There are
yeah.
some things that I don't get about neurotypicals. So, I wouldn't want that. But there are things where I'm just like, I wish I was not neurodivergent, so that'd be nice too.
Sure, but it could be a myriad of things, right? Epileptic, or you know what I mean?
Hey,
Sure.
the other thing is, he's going to be using it for just doing like midnight tweets, right?
Yeah.
In his brain, just
He's like, has a little button on his temple.
yeah. He didn't go through. I don't know that he
You would think he would be the one like wanting to do
signed
it.
up for it.
Oh, I
'Cause
doubt
he's-
it, right?
No, he's gonna wait.
No, you got to you just make people.
Oh man!
Make sure it doesn't.
Did you guys ever see him when he hosted SNL?
No.
He's like, I'm the first autistic person to host SNL. It's like, no, you weren't. Dan Aykroyd was.
Oh, I didn't know that he.
Yeah, he's autistic.
Oh,
I didn't.
okay.
I didn't know either of those guys.
Yeah.
I mean, you just listen to Elon Musk talk, you could tell he's autistic. Dan Aykroyd is a little less obvious.
Yeah, and I don't know
Unless you
whether
listen-
he's neurotypical or neurodivergent. I'd just say tax him.
Yes.
He should be paying taxes.
Yeah.
That's my only concern
mean-
with that guy.
He is he a citizen of the U.S. or is he still on a visa or what? Because he's
I
South
don't know.
African.
I mean, he lives here and makes all of his money here. So.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if he was.
Yeah.
If he's not, then all the more reason just to tax him.
Yeah.
But no matter what, tax him. Because yes, he does make his money here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because the tax rate for corporations right now is like what, 21%?
I think it's 15, isn't it?
Is it 50?
Yeah.
No.
And that was a big step.
Yeah, and it was like nearly 40% in like the 50s, right?
It was almost, well, up and through Eisenhower,
Yeah.
it was 70 plus.
Right, and then it dropped to
Yeah. And income tax also.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because it was a
Nuts.
progressive income tax.
Oh, also, my housemate Chris, he was saying how he met up with some friends downtown Renton at a coffee shop or whatever. I don't remember which one it was, but he was basically saying that he met up with some friends, and I guess his friend's dad listens to our show.
Oh, nice.
He's like, and he's made some reference to like we should have like commercials for XYZ, and it was some sort of old man thing, and I'm like, I don't understand that.
Ben Gay.
Oh, yeah. No, I'll do a plug for Preparation H, dude.
I always thought it'd be hilarious if we did like our own fake commercials and then had them in there in place of real ones, and then if we ever got like sponsorship, we could just swap them out.
I need to
Nice.
work on some voices. I need to work on my announcer voice.
Yes.
And, yeah.
Yeah, we got to start ramping up for Hot Rodders too. So you got to start thinking about
Real work, people.
You got to start thinking about Otter. You got to start thinking about. I think you're going to play the Ollie character, the tough guy, the older
geez.
brother, right?
Yeah.
Otter.
gonna
Yeah, and,
just like
and he's supposed to be kind of like a Beaver Cleaver kind of guy.
Kind of guy, Venture Brother.
Yeah, Ollie, yeah.
Kind of
But
goofy
more
Venture
straight than
Brother.
Venture Brother? Or?
I need to
No,
watch.
no. I think you're total. I think everything's all straight except for Todd's character, who's the wacky one, the funny one.
'Cause I'm
everything else is just play it straight,
All right.
right?
Exaggerated, though.
Oh,
Exaggerate.
sure.
Yeah, okay.
Sure.
I have the Venture Brothers on my on my
it's
computer.
funny.
I need
It's
to watch
funny.
it again.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have the last time I watched it, it was a crossover episode with Johnny Quest.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That was a good
because it
episode.
is. It's
It's a parody of
oh
Johnny
my
Quest.
God, it is.
Yeah.
And who plays Brock?
It's
Yeah, I love that guy.
The main guy, Warburton.
Yeah,
Patrick
Patrick Warburton.
It's delightful.
Hey Peter.
Oh no, that guy's great.
Yeah.
Who I thought should have been the Dark Knight Returns.
Wait.
Like the Frank Miller Dark Knight Returns, where Batman comes out of retirement. He's 50,
Have Patrick
55.
Warburton play Batman?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like the old Batman. I could totally see that.
Yeah, no, he's. I
Like
think
the
that guy's
60-year-old
capable. He really is.
The
Yeah,
60-year-old Batman?
Exactly.
I can totally see it.
Yep.
Nice. Well, that was 2024 so far. I'm sure we'll have another 1,000
That reminds me,
crazy
it's like,
stories.
man, this year sucks. It's only, it's only January. What?
That's basically what it is. Because what are we? No, February.
Well, like the first week of February.
Yeah, Jesus. Valentine's Day coming up, boys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you guys both being like partnered and whatnot. Do you guys do things for your ladies?
And I'm driving to Portland and back that day.
Yeah. No,
And we're doing this show. Unless you guys.
No, and my honey's doing a seminars
On the 14th?
Yeah, she doesn't call them seminars, but
Yeah.
they are
Yeah.
We'll probably do something on the
a
weekend.
workshop.
We've got a gift card to Anthony's something
Ooh.
that somebody gave us like 2 years ago for Christmas. So we're I'm hoping we
Go get a nice dinner?
Yeah, heck yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I call it Singles Awareness Day.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, no, I don't think we got anything going. And I mean, Clymer and I just thought about this. We really do have very independent lives.
Yeah.
Which is nice. So,
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, she doesn't seem.
Do you do the card? What do you do?
Oh, yeah, no. If I don't, I'm not so,
So
dumb
is
that I can
it
get away
a
with not
card
doing
in
something
like a box of chocolates, or is it candies, or like
because she
flowers?
doesn't like No, she doesn't like flowers.
Doesn't like flowers?
Or plants that are doomed.
Yeah.
Besides the plants that we pretend aren't doomed and
Oh.
live with us for a while.
You know, hey, I got an idea for you. You can probably get them at Target or even any place that sells Lego. But there's Lego kits that are
Oh, cute.
bouquets of flowers.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, we got a couple of those for Christmas, and we never did put them together. So
Yeah, I'm getting her a jacket.
nice.
Yeah, because we're at the place in our lives where it's
Something
practical.
practical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a cool 70s looking.
Nice.
Like a puffy coat, you know what I'm
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about?
Yeah.
Because
Does
she
it have
likes
the bright
70s
colors?
coats. Exactly.
The skier.
Yes, yes,
yeah,
and
nice.
yes. Yeah.
Nice.
Here's a question for you guys. You guys grew up in this area. Do you remember in the 80s there was a brand, and I can't think of the name of the brand, but they had like these pullover ski jackets that had like a checker pattern on top, and it was like like the main color was black, but it had like either red or yellow or green in the checkered pattern. Do you guys remember that?
Squire Shop or something? Or
No, I don't remember.
I
but-
know what you're talking about.
You know
but it
what
was
I'm
an
talking
actual
about.
brand.
It was an actual brand, but I can't remember the brand. And I was looking for that the other day, and I'm like, I just did keyword search for it, and it comes up with everything but what I'm looking for. And I'm like, is this a Mandela thing? Am I remembering this
No,
wrong?
we lost a lot of brands, right? Because there's like
Yeah.
Seattle Blues and a bunches and
But it
bunches
was-
of them, and now there's not that many.
It was the way it was made. It was almost like a hoodie. You know how the hoodies have like the pockets that you can that go in the front, and it's just one giant pocket. It had like that, and it was, but it didn't have a hood, and it was like a ski jacket.
Yeah. Material,
But
the poly or
it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that light, poofy stuff. It was like the canvas almost.
Huh.
Was it one that popular kids would have worn?
Yeah. At least the popular kids in my school. I remember them vividly in 1980. It would have been 1985.
They would have been wearing parachute pants and one of those.
Yeah. They
And
totally.
the rocker kids had the fleece or the sheepskin lined denim jackets.
Nice. I had one of those.
the bomber
They're great.
jacket.
Yeah, I have one now.
Well, you were a rocker kid.
I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I rest my case.
I wasn't. I liked rock music, but I didn't have like the school uniform like a lot
I
of
went
kids
to
did.
Catholic school from 5th grade to all the way through high school, and in
that explains
fifth
so
through
much.
8th grade we had to wear the uniform, right? And all the cool kids had like the Izod, because you had to wear like either a polo shirt or a button-up shirt with a cardigan, and they all had the little alligator Izod shirts and stuff.
I actually have a shirt that looks like that, but
Yeah.
it's Jabba the Hutt instead of the lizard.
That's cool.
God, I wish they had that when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I
Right?
would have worn that. But free dress day every like third Friday or something was free dress day, and that's the day I would come in my ripped up 501s, my Converse All Stars, my Ozzy Osbourne shirt, and my
Your Chuck
flannel
Taylors?
shirt over it. Man, I was jamming. Everybody's like, "Oh,
Did you call them Converse or Chucks?
we call them Chucks back then," but they were our skater shoes. So we had all different. You'd buy 2 pairs and wear mismatch, or you get. I had camouflage ones.
That's cool.
And then you draw all over them.
Yeah, they were $9.99 at Chubby and Tubby.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I remember.
There are the
man.
Army surplus.
Oh, yeah.
We used to get them downtown.
Really?
Surplus, yeah.
Good
Or on
one.
the Ave.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man,
Off the wall
off the wall, down on the Ave.
on the Ave. It was that skater shop.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if that was one of the ones my sister worked at, because she worked at a lot of stores down there back in the day.
Yeah. All I remember is it was like the cool hangout place. It was like the local version of what became Hot Topic. They'd sell all the band shirts and all the skater stuff and posters. Skate shoes.
Memories,
Oh, yeah.
all alone in the moon.
Yeah, where was the place you could buy Doc Martens at The Experience?
The Experience.
Yeah.
I remember that place.
Mass. They might still be around for all I know.
Yeah. It's been a minute since I go down there occasionally, but I don't go down there.
I've been seeing people wearing Docs again. And
Yeah.
it's like
Bailey
really
just got a pair of Docs.
Bailey did?
Yeah.
They're good boots. Right?
Yeah.
I never hear anybody mad at them.
It'll last a long ass time.
I had a pair that I got from the rack, which they weren't initially. They didn't feel great on my feet. It took like almost a month for them to break in.
Yeah, they're good. That's good stuff. They're made in Britain, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, they're made in England.
I don't know. Guys, just like every single opening show of the month, and I think we didn't do this because it was like we recorded on January, but it aired in February. But the new movies for February, and Todd, I'm going to rely on you a little bit, maybe Mike too, to help me out with some of these. I was going to do a little bit more research on each of them, but I only know about a few of them.
I haven't seen any of these yet.
Do you know about some of them though? Let's kick off. Came out a few days ago. Argyle.
It's essentially a kind of a James Bond kind of thing.
It's got a
like
lot of
lighthearted,
big time actors in it.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Is
it's
that
like
Henry Cavill?
Henry Cavill's in it, and a bunch of other people like Ed Norton's in it, yeah.
Yeah, I saw like a very.
I think it's Ed Norton.
Preview or something. It looked fun.
No, it's not Ed Norton. The guy who was in I can't think right now. Hitchhiker to the Galaxy, the guy who opened up and he had another face or whatever.
No, he's great.
Sam Rockwell, that's what it is.
Rockwell's
I had to think.
great.
Yeah.
He's in it, and it looks funny. It looks great, and essentially it's about this woman who like writes these spy novels, and it turns out what she's writing is actual true. And
kind of like Jessica Lansbury ass.
I knew it.
well, it's like if like real world vampires came looking for Anne Rice kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Jeez, I think cool.
That'd be kind of a cool movie too, actually.
Yeah.
But
All right, so Argyle's already out in theaters. I don't know.
I want to see it. I keep forgetting that it's even out, but yeah.
Did you get a free preview this month?
I haven't. I
Didn't do it.
I didn't do this month.
Gotcha.
It's like every 2 weeks there's the mystery movie Monday, and the last one was it was a good movie. I think I wasn't wanting to see a serious movie. I wanted to see something lighthearted and fun, and this movie was just entirely too serious for my mindset at that time. So.
Gotcha. Another movie coming out, I think this week. What's the date? I don't even know what date it is. So on Friday, Lisa Frankenstein. Any idea?
You know what? I think I saw a trailer for it, but I don't know. I
wonder if she's the
Is it
doctor
a
or the
Frankenstein story?
Yeah, it's. I think she is the monster. I can't remember.
It's Frankenstein. Thank you.
Frankenstein.
Actually,
But
Oh man! All right.
I don't know. I do like that mythos.
It's great.
So I don't mind
I'm
people take a step.
definitely gonna see both of those
Yeah, what was
movies.
the one? It was I Frankenstein or something. Was
Yeah.
that 10 years ago, maybe.
Yeah. With what's his face? The horribly too
Eckert.
good looking Eckert. Yeah.
Aaron, yeah. He did really well as Two-Face, I thought.
Yeah, I agree.
was like
Dan Hadia as
Yes,
Lisa Frankenstein.
As Lisa
And-
Frankenstein. Angela Lansbury as Dan Hiega.
How do you say his name?
I don't know.
Hadia.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
Brilliant actor. Lisa Frankenstein. Oh, yeah, it does totally look very... Catherine Newton, Lisa Sombrano, Cole Sprouse. I've heard that guy's name before.
Yeah?
Carla Gugino. She's friggin' amazingly
Cole Sprouse.
good looking.
He and his brother were on that Nickelodeon sitcom. And then he was also in...
Jeez, yeah, I don't know these people.
Oh, yeah. Isn't it the woman from...
She's been in Sin City. She's been in... what was the one that she had to deglove herself on Netflix?
I have no idea.
Yeah, crazy.
She looks familiar, though.
Yeah, I don't know much about the movie.
And most recently, Cole Sprouse was Jughead on the Riverdale show.
Oh.
Parents need to know that Lisa Frankenstein is a campy 1980s set teen romantic horror comedy written by Diablo Cody, loosely based on Mary
shit.
Shelley's Frankenstein.
Geez, Diablo Cody's writing all sorts of big stuff, right?
Oh, what else?
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. I was afraid
I had to say
but
it,
I've heard
right?
that name many times.
Okay,
In a
good.
successful manner.
And I've been seeing a lot of commercials in the last 48 to 72 hours of Bob Marley, One Love.
Yeah. Baby, don't worry about a thing, because everything is going to be all right. Bob Marley, One Love, just probably a musical biopic,
That's
right?
cool, right.
I'm not
Biopic,
a huge
yeah.
Bob Marley guy.
I don't know.
A big
I'm not a big
Bob
reggae
Marley
guy.
guy.
I mean, I don't hate his music.
Don't hate it, but
Redemption Songs was a great word.
it really is.
Good
Yeah, yeah.
The one thing I remember is the No Woman No Cry they did on Muppets Tonight with
That's awesome.
With I think it was Whoopi Goldberg was the guest, and Rizzo the Rat was singing. He was like, no woman no cry, no woman no cry, no woman no cry. And he's doing it just like that, and he's like, no, slow down, slow down.
Slow your boy.
And he starts singing it slow again, and then all of a sudden he goes back into the high speed version of it. It's really funny.
Nice. Madam Web, Todd, you'll probably be able to tell us a little more about that.
me in on that whole
Madam Web, she's part of the Spider-Man universe, and it's going to be in the Sony Spider-Man universe. So it's not going to have Tom Holland, as far as I know. At least
No, but Venom's part
Venom
of that
is
too,
in that
right?
world, yeah. And we're going to... I don't know much about Madam Web other than what I've seen on the 90s Spider-Man cartoon. She's kind of like a multiverse kind of person. She's able to go into different universes, and then in the Secret Wars happens with her because she brings all the different Spider-Mans from different universes together. So they're going to do like the Spider-Verse, I think, in the real world versus the Across the Universe, whatever those animated ones were.
Oh, yeah, they're great.
Yeah.
Those are good,
geez,
too.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of people have been shitting on it already just because of some piece of dialogue that was in it, and it's probably just the mad fanboys because
What?
it's
The other thing
female-led.
yeah, it's a female-led movie, and all the characters are like all the variants of the Spider-Woman character. So we have like there's 4 of them, I think, total, and each of them has a different representation or different look to the character. Like there's one who wears like the black Spider-Man outfit, but her face is open like here, so she's kind of has like a Batman mask. It's got the spider eyes, and then the nose and the mouth are open, and her hair is out. So it's just like, yeah. And then there's like a variant on Spider-Gwen, I think, in there too.
Jeez, right on. I know. I'll check it out just because.
I mean, it looks good from what I've seen. I don't know.
So it was Morpheus. Which universe was that in?
That's the Sony.
the Sony? All right.
I don't think they're going to go anywhere with that though, because that movie didn't do well.
No, I was not into it. But just asking, like which.
I mean,
which
I like
side
the
that was
character,
in.
I like
What
the
about
idea.
Dan, did it ever come out? The Craven the Hunter? Did that ever?
That's
come
not out yet. It's
Okay.
coming out like next month, I think.
Is that a Sony or is that a?
That's a Marvel, I think.
All right.
I'm pretty
I don't know.
sure it's Marvel. It could be Sony. I don't remember.
Sony, but
It might be Sony
Okay.
because it's part of the Spider-Man. He's one of Spider-Man's
Oh yeah, oldest.
rogues gallery.
oh yeah.
one of they could do because Sony still owns the rights to
Pretty much all the Spider-Man stuff.
all the
right?
Spider-Man stuff, but can they still do like a Spider-Man non-MCU? Well,
Yeah.
Disney owns them, right? Doesn't Disney own Sony now?
No,
No, still not.
Beast Man, yeah.
I don't think they were buying Sony. Unless I haven't
Well,
heard.
eventually it'll be one.
I mean, at some point, I'm sure they're all going to get
Amazon.
they're all going to get pulled into the Disney collective.
Yeah.
Resistance is futile.
Exactly.
But the last thing I heard as far as Sony is they were working on a live action TV series based on the character Silk, which is a Korean American girl who got bit by the same spider Peter did. and she is able to spin webs from her fingertips. And,
Oh, that's cool.
He didn't know anything about that.
yeah.
A lot of other powers too, similar Spider-Man.
Very
powers.
similar. The big difference is the spinners in her fingertips, but beyond that, yeah, it's a lot of the same stuff. You know, the
I've always preferred the web shooter devices.
You know what? I thought the whole discussion in the last movie about
It's fantastic.
Wait, so they come out of your wrists?
Yeah.
Where else do they come out?
Yeah.
Does it come out of your butt? You know, and it's just
Yeah. Because that's a question Parker would ask.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
He's like, wait a minute, you're also Peter.
is that on
But you're
video
like 40 years old. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think all the Spider-Man movies are now on Disney Plus.
Oh, nice. That's a good one.
Sony and Disney worked out some sort of deal, I guess.
Here's one. It's an animated feature called Orion in the Dark, coming to Netflix.
I don't know anything about that one.
Oh, okay. Kids movie. I looked up the cast and I didn't really recognize anybody either, but
Let's see.
except for a new release, Orion and the Dark. 2024, hour and a half long. The thing Orion fears the most is the dark. When the embodiment of his worst fear pays a visit, Dark whisks Orion away on a roller
I think I
coaster
saw
ride
the
around the
thumbnail of it.
world
Jeez, that's cool.
to prove there's nothing to be afraid of it,
Ah, shucks.
except for Mike's stalkers.
Yeah.
It's got Werner
I heard it
Herzog.
goes commando. Haven't seen
Oh yeah,
haven't
Werner Herzog.
Jeez, that guy.
Rob Delaney is in it too.
Yeah,
I don't
Kinda
recognize
fun.
anybody else, so.
Looks like a nice little family. Got 89 percentile on the Rotten Tomatoes. If anybody cares
the
about Rotten
tomatoes.
Tomatoes.
Tomato.
I don't know. I'll watch just about any animated movie.
Yeah.
Because it's easy just to kind of let go.
Yeah, 65% audience score.
You know what I did see recently though is the Jason Statham Beekeeper movie.
Yeah, you
geez,
talked
okay,
about
yeah.
that. Yeah, on the last show.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, it was good. Oh, Colin Hanks is in this.
Oh, okay, cool.
Angela Bassett. All right, so there are some. Are you okay? Are you okay? Do you need a minute?
What happened?
He said the words.
Angela Bassett?
Don't do it again.
Angela Bassett?
Oh my God, she's the most beautiful creature that has ever walked on this planet.
So I bet you had a lot of
That's
trouble
unreal.
watching any of the Black Panther movies.
Yeah, I think she's
That or the
wonderful.
Tina Turner movie. She
Oh
was
yeah,
badass in that.
Strange Days.
Strange Days.
Oh, because she's so righteous, and Ralph Fiennes is such a
Yeah.
fucking loser.
That's true.
But he gets redeemed, so it's okay.
Yeah, he
So
does.
nobody panic.
No Way Up comes out 2/16, February 16th. Colm Meaney, Irish actor himself.
Yeah.
Miles O'Brien is,
Yeah,
I think,
that's
the biggest
great.
name in it. Plane goes down underwater,
Oh.
and the people are alive under the water, and chaos
Wow,
ensues.
gnarly.
I don't know. Yeah,
Gnarly.
Try to figure out how to get back up to the surface.
Yeah, that guy's
I
great.
guess.
And Layer Cake. He's in Layer Cake.
Oh, he's in a ton of
yeah,
stuff.
he's cool.
Yeah, he's.
Yeah, what's the Tom Hanks where he gets stranded, but his plane crash scene?
Oh, yeah.
The Wilson movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Castaway.
Castaway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that plane crash scene is gnarly.
Yeah.
So wait, this is just a shark movie.
Kind of.
Ah.
Yeah, they're trapped in the plane under I don't know how many
like
feet
there's
of
just
water.
enough air. Yeah.
Just enough air to keep them going for a while. Friggin'
I know I've said it before. I'm saying it again. If the plane's going down, I'm making out with somebody. If that's,
Yeah.
if that's Colin
I mean-
Meaney or whatever his name is, so be it.
They kind of did. They kind of had this in Meg 2, where they're under like hundreds of feet underwater. And, you know, they're
There's not enough tea in China nor money on this planet to get me under fucking water.
No.
It ain't happening.
nope.
not that deep anyhow.
Not like that. I
Not,
did.
not going in your
snorkeling.
submersible.
Yeah.
yeah,
And I
no.
sucked at snorkeling. It's hard.
It's not easy. No. No, it's not easy. Oh, this next movie has Jonathan Lipnicki in it.
Really?
Along with Michael Pare, Ajax from the Warriors. No, that's not Michael Pare. That was, what was the Warriors guy? James Remar. That's
Oh,
what they-
yes.
But they're
Oh,
similar.
Jeez.
A bunch of actors. It's called Camp Camp Pleasant Lake, and for a minute there, I thought it was like a
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
Oh, that's
thing.
Crystal Lake.
That's Crystal, but yeah, that's what I realized. So this is a couple breathes life into a new camp on an old campsite, connecting them to a chilling past that unravels a 20-year-old mystery involving a missing young girl. As eerie events unfold, they must confront forces tied to a brutal crime. But I don't think this is going to be a wide release.
I didn't know Jonathan Lipnicki got back into acting.
I didn't either.
Who is that? Who's
That's
Jonathan
the little
Lipnicki?
kid from the Tom Cruise movie.
Show me the money. You know the human head weighs 8 pounds?
Wait, what?
That little kid with the glasses from...
Imagine him with glasses on. In The Littlest Vampire, he was also that kid.
Oh, my son used to love The Littlest Vampire.
I don't know any of that. I'm glad, because I don't think that's his stage name. So I'm glad he's still Lipnicki, right? It's like he didn't change his name
into like
to
rock and roll
Lipnicki
or
to make it
something?
in.
He was like into bodybuilding and shit for a while.
Yes.
He's right on.
Yes.
Just like a good Eastern European.
Here
There you go.
Is a little kid.
Oh, wait, it's a fucking video.
Jerry Maguire.
Jerry Maguire.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that kid's pretty cute.
Yeah.
You guys know his name?
Yes.
He was also in Stuart Little.
Oh.
That's where I know him from.
Yeah, he was a
That's
big-time
great.
child actor, but he hadn't done anything for a long time.
Yeah, he
Come
stepped
on the
away.
show, Jonathan. We got room for
We
you.
got room.
Yeah.
He kind of ranks up there with Brian Bonsall from Family Ties.
guys
That
have
was in a
blown
bunch
my
of
mind.
stuff.
Blank Check, that kid.
Yeah, I think he's in like a punk rock band now.
And he's got like
Well,
tattoos all over his
Tattoos
face
on his
too.
face. And,
Well, everybody's doing it.
hey, whatever.
Actually, this weekend I went and hung out with my roommates in Renton, and we went into the 8-bit because it was like the one place that wasn't like packed full of people, and it was so fucking loud. So we went in there, and I walked over to the little coin vending machines and got some like temporary tattoos, and I was like, here. And handed it to Chris and Christina. I was like, you guys could, put them right on your neck, right there.
That's cool.
And Christina's like, yeah, that's a great idea. Chris is like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So now they both have like temporary tattoos on their neck. They try to get me to do this.
slowly fading.
Yeah. Oh, they still have them on their neck. I was like,
Nice.
they haven't tried to wash them off.
Ain't no
apparently.
friggin' flaming pickle tattoo.
Oh, yeah.
You guys can get if you run over to the Our Town
just
Podcast
forgot
store and
Yeah.
buy yourself
Pickles.
some pickles.
Oh, it makes a great
Pickles.
tramp stamp.
Tattoos.
Pickles.
Yeah, grab some T-shirts and some buttons and some stickers while
yeah.
you're there.
And if
And,
you specifically want something, I bet we'd make it for you.
We would make
So,
it for you,
Yeah.
for sure.
You're like the Goodyear blimp.
I mean, we need the down payment,
Yes,
right?
Mike-
Usual fee plus expenses.
Mike still needs to get his tattoo because we got over 1,000 followers on YouTube.
Oh, that's
Oh,
true.
shit. Was that the deal? Let's do it, guys.
I think it was
All right.
2,000, so you got to figure out what. But we're there. We're,
All right,
we're
there.
definitely there.
Oh, yeah.
So you
Yeah,
got
no,
to
I
figure
totally
out
will.
what it's going to be.
I don't want a flaming pickle tramp stamp, though. Or do I?
I think you do, Mike. But I mean, that's me.
All right. Jeez, yeah, no, I forgot all about that, guys. Thanks for the reminder.
Little microphone
Yeah, we go
or
down to
something.
Justin Carey's shop right down the block. Go get a pastrami sandwich and
Oh.
eat it while I'm getting tattooed.
Nice.
Yeah. There you
Pastrami
go.
from Rain City.
Nice.
Get a-
Oh, it's
yeah,
good,
you
man.
could get that microphone tattooed on you.
Sure could. All right, I'll do that.
It's up to you. I can send you a nice file of it. I mean, if that's what you're into.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't
It
have
needs
to.
say our
It's an
town.
I-
Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm in. It's not like I'm denying I'm on this podcast.
I wouldn't go as far as to put the podcast name on it because wouldn't that kind of fall in line as getting the band's name tattooed on you? Isn't
Yeah,
that-
but if it's my band, that's
Is-
great. If I was in Black Flag, I'd have a Black Flag tattoo.
Yeah.
But I'm not in Black Flag,
So
so,
I'm not
I do
gonna-
not have a Black Flag tattoo.
But yeah, isn't that the superstition that if you get a tattoo of a band, the band will break up?
Oh,
I don't know. You're going to pull
I've
David
never
Lee
been
Roth
in a
on
band
us?
that didn't break up. Yeah, good point. Yeah. Ah, Dave. Dave, give me a break.
Get David Lee Roth and Sammy Hagar.
Nice.
Oh, my God.
Nice.
Whom I both really love. and
Sammy
respect.
Hagar and David Lee Roth as Cat Dog.
Nice.
Cow and Chicken.
Yeah. Oh,
Ren and Stimpy.
yeah.
Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah. Are you guys? Do you subscribe to Dave on YouTube or anything?
No.
Oh, you got to. You got to watch Dave's channel.
Oh, really?
It's fantastic.
Is he great?
Oh,
He's the real deal.
Diamond Dave has a YouTube channel?
Oh yeah. No, he's great, and he's still doing cool kung fu stuff.
Oh,
Like he did a sword for him the other day.
Really?
Like, oh yeah, and you can tell.
Has he got
his-
skills?
Oh yeah, no, he's a student of Sifu Poly's Inc.
Yeah.
He's one of the singular greatest kung fu practitioners on planet Earth.
Is he still doing his Vegas show, or is that
residency?
Yeah.
I have no idea. Dave?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even know he had one. Of
He was
course
down
Dave
there for
needs
a while, but-
oh, that's a great idea. He should have
Has-
a big band.
Has
Needs to be a big band guy? Like,
has he accepted that he's going bald yet?
I don't know. I never asked. I think he goes without a hat a lot more often than I do. If I end up being more vain than David Lee Roth, Jesus Christ, what does that say? No, God bless that guy. I think he's a very real human being, right?
Well, he was
But he is David Lee Roth.
for a while. I think in the '90s he was an EMT in New York.
I think something like that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And he got busted for trying to buy pot in like New York or something, didn't he?
Oh man.
At one point in the 90s.
Ugh.
I think he had
Some
pot on him when he was
stupid.
going through through the airport or something.
I thought he was trying to buy pot in
Jeez.
like a park in New York City.
Oh
or
yeah.
something.
I'm not
Maybe.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But yeah, I don't know anything about this Camp Pleasant Lake.
No, it looks like now that I've seen sort of the actors in there, they're kind of, I don't want to say has-beens, but they're sort of B-level.
All right.
But-
How
D
dare
level.
you.
Yeah, I saw it and I was like, Mike's instant reaction was like, "Oh, Jason, somebody's setting up the camp,"
Yep,
but
yep.
it wasn't that at all.
Yeah, did they ever do like a Jason Year One? You know what I mean? Like how he came about. I guess that's Friday the 13th, right?
Well, part two wasn't that?
I don't know. I never watched
I
those
don't
movies.
remember.
I watched him as a kid in this theater.
Oh.
Yeah.
I remember getting in here to see 1, 2, and 3, but 3 wasn't in 3D.
I mean,
Yeah,
they didn't have.
I know the first one, the killer was his mom,
Yeah, that was a big twist.
right.
and number 2 was like not related at all to like the mythos, and then number 3 is when Jason comes out as being the killer.
No, is that right?
I think that's
Yeah.
how it was.
Huh.
Yeah.
In fourth, it was Kaiser Sose.
Nice. Oh man, remember he ended up being a terrible human being.
Yeah.
It's like worse than Jason. Actually,
True.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
He
man.
actually recently, I think,
Did he get acquitted?
he got acquitted or something,
Oh.
where he's
On
like
that-
been
one of
proven
the
not guilty.
Right. One of the things, though.
Yeah.
I
I don't know if he's going to come back to acting or not anytime soon.
because what was it?
At least not here in the States.
Who was the kid that accused him as actor to been in?
Yeah, the kid from Dazed and Confused, the redhead.
Yes.
He's also in Star Trek Discovery.
Yes.
Is
Yeah.
the kid who accused?
Rapp.
He's
Michael Rapp, I think?
Anthony Rapp.
Or Anthony Rapp.
Yeah.
Oh no, he was in the original stage of Rent.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that guy. I think he shares a Tony.
He's
Yeah.
also in the Adventures in Babysitting as well.
Yes.
Oh yeah, no,
he
he's
is.
really
He's
good.
the kid in it.
He's
He
he's the guy
accused
who's- Oh, I did not know
Kevin
that.
Spacey of
Oh, I didn't know
sort of
that.
grooming him when he was a kid.
Like he was like 16 or whatever.
Yeah.
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 I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Jeez, I don't know. I don't know. Spacey is. I don't know.
He definitely kind of gives off a creep vibe.
Maybe I don't know.
Especially after, though, and not
Yeah.
so much during, because
Because Kaiser Sose is a good role.
Yeah.
I mean that's I remember really liking that. I've
Yeah.
seen
I'm
it
trying to think of
once.
what else he's.
That and he was
done that
Lex
I've-
Luthor.
Yeah.
And he played kind of. I liked how they set up his Luthor more than I like anything else in that movie. Is because as he's watching, he's got the diorama. Remember, and he's watching the train crash and all this kind of shit in the diorama,
right.
and he's like really into it. It's almost like Clockwork Orange, where he's going psycho, thinking of destruction and chaos and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I thought that was a good scene. But that was the Deadbeat Superman movie. The Deadbeat Dad Superman.
Yeah.
That just annoyed me.
Who's that?
terribly.
Brandon Ruth.
Ralph, yeah.
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 Actually, I liked his version of Superman. I didn't really care for the story though.
Yeah, the story was awful.
He got to play Kingdom Come Superman in
Oh.
Arrow. I think it was either Arrow or it was on Arrow. In the last season of Arrow, they had a massive crossover, and it was like their version of Infinite Earths.
Yeah, that's cool.
And
Yeah, I'm glad he showed up.
He came. Okay, on the show, he originally was playing the Atom, but then the Atom, the character went away, and then he came back as that version of Superman. He had the giant S
With black and
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm Facebook friends with Alex Ross because he's a gift of the gods. The guy's amazing. The guy who came up with all those characters.
Oh, okay.
He was the artist on.
And he was actually in that episode too.
Alex Ross?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a sweet guy.
In the
Yeah.
very beginning, I think it was him. I mean, I know that one of the guys who created some of the characters in the show had a very small part in the very beginning of the movie.
Yeah, I thought he did a good Christopher Reeves version of.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, right. He did a Christopher Reeves.
He talked about making that movie on the Michael Rosenbaum podcast that I listen to. Inside of You with Michael Rosenbaum is a great podcast, and he talked about making that movie and how he thought that was going to be a whole series of movies, and they were talking it up like it was just going to be like this whole new, like, it's going to be 3 or 4 movies and whatever else, and then it didn't do well, and then the studio just said, no, we're not doing it again.
Yeah. Man, oh man. Well, boys, Todd had found Am I the Asshole? Because we didn't get anybody to send us a advice question this week.
Yeah.
Todd, do you want to read it, or do you want me to read it?
I can read it. It says here, am I the asshole for refusing to babysit my biological daughter for my parents? I'm 15. My daughter is turning 2. I got pregnant from an SA, sexual assault, and my parents offered to raise her for me instead of me being involved, which I agreed to. They had handled everything with her, and I haven't held her or changed a single diaper or anything like that. I just can't do it mentally since she's a reminder of what happened to me, and it's better for both of us if this stays like this. There's an event my parents are going to next week, and they asked me to babysit her for the day, and I told them I couldn't do it. I can't even handle looking at her without getting upset. I told them they'd have to either take her with them or find a babysitter. We had an agreement when I had my daughter that they do everything and I would not be expected to do anything in capital letters with her.
Yeah.
It's been they've been okay with this situation for almost 2 years. I see no reason for that to suddenly change. They're super upset with me and decided to not go to the event. Edit. Because apparently so many people seem to think this was a choice to keep the baby. It wasn't. I begged for an abortion, and when refused, I begged for an adoption, was also denied. Thank you for all the kind words, support, and defending me after some very nasty people decided to try and use this thread to hurt me. Thank you all so much.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely not the asshole. She is not the asshole.
That's such a tough situation.
Well,
13.
She has said specifically that she wanted. She told him in the outset, if I don't get to have an abortion, I can't handle being around this kid.
For adoption.
Or put it up for adoption. If I can't do one of those things, I can't live. Who can blame her?
Yeah, because she got raped.
Right.
Yeah. And probably at 12.
And I'm like,
right? Because it takes 9 months to make that baby.
Right.
So she might have been a 12 or, so what, 13-year-old?
Oh, my God.
Are you kidding me? I don't know. But that's it. And they didn't say if they are living at home with these parents.
No.
It kind of didn't sound like they were, but I don't know that they weren't. Right.
Well, she's 16 now, I think. And, 16. But she's still at home. She's in high school.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it doesn't have her own apartment, and I don't know. They might have. I don't know. That's just a rough situation.
Yeah.
Right.
It sounds like the family is really religious and or conservative.
Yeah, and they didn't hire a babysitter for a 2-year-old for one night. I'm not buying that. They didn't have to cancel their plans.
No.
I think honestly, it sounds like they're trying to get her used to being around the kid.
Yeah, but a deal's a deal.
Yeah.
And if this person's telling us
I mean,
the truth, which
if she has-
a deal was struck.
If she has like a PTSD thing with the child because it reminds her of that event,
Yeah.
then fuck yeah, dude. Why would you keep the child knowing that it's going to cause this kind of mental anguish with your daughter? What the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah, or just stick to the deal. You made a deal saying, you
Right.
know what I mean? You're not going to, because we believe that whatever,
Ah, man.
X, therefore, we're gonna do this. But then that was the deal. Stick to the deal.
Yeah.
End of story. It doesn't really matter what else. A deal is a deal.
I don't.
That's
get
the end of
these-
it.
I don't get these parents at all. I don't understand because they're basically not giving it up for adoption. Okay, you're going to raise it, but then you're alienating the daughter you did have.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know, 'cause I don't know.
I get the anti-abortion stance. Right. I get it. I don't agree with it, but I get it. Right. I still think it's woman's choice. I would hope that we never have to do that ever again. Right.
Sure.
But it's a fact of life in 2024 that it's necessary. Right. As a product of adoption, I'm totally on board with letting her, and it should have been her fucking choice.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Although she was a minor.
I
You know
get
what I
it.
mean? It's
I
like,
know,
yeah.
but
And we don't know where she lives. She might live in, Tennessee or some shit that has very strict rules against
yeah, and
women's
that's what we're-
choices
yeah.
after the fact.
And that's what we're
Right?
faced with
Yeah.
in 2024.
Yeah.
Is going backwards in time and dealing with this kind of stuff, man.
Because there's still states where a 13-year-old can be forced to marry their rapist.
Yes.
And shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like, it's fucking bonkers.
It
Dude. They're like
really
rewarding the rapist.
Oh God.
It's so bizarre.
To have that constant reminder and to go 9 months and then have to give birth, and it's such an emotional, and I'm never going to give birth, no matter how I what I want to do with my body. I'm never going to give birth, so I don't know what that feels like. I know what it feels like when a partner of mine gives birth to my offspring.
Sure.
And the emotional ties and all that stuff. It's bad enough that she had to go through 9 months of those body changes and the hormones, and then to push another life out of her body,
Yeah.
at, what do we say, 13, 14 years old?
Yeah, 13.
Yeah.
And bad enough that she had to go through that. But now she's got that daily fucking reminder.
Yeah. And it's
Right?
a product, I think we keep, not saying that it was a product of rape when we should
No.
need to keep saying that it's a product of rape.
Right. Yeah.
Right? It's
Yeah.
like that. And yes, does that change everything? Yeah. Yeah.
It really does. If
Yeah.
if it had been some boy that knocked her up that she was in love with and all that stuff, maybe change your mind, because it's not conceived out of a gnarly act, right?
Well, and an illegal thing.
In an illegal act,
Right. So
yeah.
it's like,
But just an absolute disgusting thing for anybody
It's
to have to go
insane.
through,
Yeah.
let alone a 12, 13-year-old girl.
Yeah.
It just
Right.
fucking baffles my mind that her parents.
yeah. And
Yeah.
are grandma and grandpa planning on being 100% open and honest with this child?
Well,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
oh yeah, your dad raped your mom,
Right?
but here you are.
And I
Honestly-
do have that fear being adopted that, hey, I could have been a product of something like that, right? Could have been
Well, geez.
some I mean,
Yeah,
your mind goes to
Sure.
dark places sometimes, and you think about, oh man, he could be,
I-
some weird thing.
I
But
honestly think that the grandparents, the parents of the,
Maybe your dad
Be-
was
be-
Henny
be-
Youngman.
I think it's possible that if they're religious, they're not gonna tell the granddaughter anything.
despite
Yeah,
all that, though,
yeah.
how does this girl, the biological mother, go through the next 50 years of her life?
Yeah.
With this,
Yeah.
because it'd be part of the family. Does she, is there aunts and uncles that she's got to go to family funerals and weddings and
And
get
just say,
together?
This is my little sister now.
Well,
Right?
and then have to
Yeah.
be amongst it, right? That
Yeah.
constant reminder. I hope
Jeez.
somehow.
Yeah, I think
That's a wow.
at some point this girl is probably going to have to distance herself from her family because they're clearly don't give a shit about her wishes.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I mean, it's forced on her at this point, and I hope that someday she finds the peace within herself to
forgive
somehow
everybody involved, right? That's the
well, I don't know that
ideally.
she needs to
Yeah.
forgive her parents, but at least forgive. I don't know how to say it. Forgive the act or forgive because the little baby didn't have anything to do with it, right? I mean, it's not the baby's fault
Yeah,
at all.
and she hasn't said anything bad. About
No,
it.
no. But that it's a constant reminder. So I hope she finds inner peace within herself
Sure,
to
sure.
see that baby as something
As its own
different than
being,
the
yes. Yep. Not
Yeah.
just a product.
Yeah.
Hopefully she's able to see
Geez, that is
the
a good
child as her younger sibling at the very least.
Or
you
just
know?
as a human and not as a reminder, right?
Yeah.
As
I
a
think
beautiful
that's
little
great outcome.
person rather than
who is their own individual collection of cells and probabilities and experiences, etc.
Yeah. And hope to God it looks more like her than it does the whoever
Yeah.
the piece of shit
Right?
was.
God, can you imagine
no, I can't.
if
I
the
really
baby
can't.
looked like
Yeah.
the guy who did all that?
It's insane.
Fuck.
That's so rough.
And they do
Yeah.
say that that when babies are born, they sort of look more like the dad. I don't know if this is like an old wives' tale, but they sort of look like the dad more than the mom to begin with because they want the dad to accept the baby
geez,
more
and not eat 'em like a tiger.
and not
or
eat them
whatever?
like a tiger.
Uh-huh.
And then as they get older, they may look more and more like their mom, which
yeah.
is kind of funny.
Okay.
But
Well,
I don't know
well,
if that's
once he-
true, but I heard that.
Once my kid got facial hair, he started to look a lot more like his mom.
Susie, I don't endorse that.
Just kidding. Yeah.
Don't come kick our
Yeah,
asses.
sorry. Just kidding.
Oh, Jupe
I wonder
is
if
such
Steve
a
actually listens. I
friggin'
hope you do.
He's such a handsome boy.
Yeah, that kid. Oh, yeah. No, and
my
as a
God.
baby, he was astounding.
Yeah, I just think there's a milkman somewhere involved.
Yeah, tall, blonde. It's like, what the fuck?
He kind of looks like my Uncle Gary.
Yeah, but they're both spectacular human beings. Dude, I'm a huge fan.
big
You
time.
know that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, I haven't seen that lady in a long time.
It's been a minute. Yeah. No, she's solid.
Good.
That kid.
So yeah, you're not the asshole. Your
Yeah,
parents
no
are
way.
definitely the asshole.
And yeah, like Todd said, I hope you can find independence away from these people, and then and like Todd said, Charles said, and then be able to see this baby as its own being.
Yeah.
Right, I think those are the two best possible outcomes out of this.
I mean,
Fuck them. A deal's a deal,
Right.
You know what I mean? A deal's a deal. You can't go back on your word for such a huge deal, right? That's not like.
As long as your parents aren't like super toxic, I think you'll be fine. At some point, they'll understand. But
I hope she's not living with them. I really do.
Me too. I know. You can move away somewhere.
The friggin' baby crying in the background being a constant reminder.
Oh,
the
man.
diaper, all the kids' toys everywhere.
Can you imagine her therapy bill, man?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, photos on the wall.
Oh, my God.
You know what I mean? No, it's bonkers. It's bonkers.
Hopefully she's able to live with somebody else in the family and get away from her parents and her daughter. But
oh man, it's rough.
But to me, I mean, maybe this is saying a lot from my personal experience with religious folks, but they sound like they might be Catholic, and they're like, we're gonna treat her like it's our own, but we're gonna keep her around to keep reminding you of what happened to you and
of your original sin or some psycho shit. I guess
and just,
it's all possible. They didn't go into detail about that.
Right. But that's kind of where my brain went, was like, they're doing this to fuck with her because she got pregnant.
Yeah.
And Catholics are really weird about, like, they're really weird about sex out of wedlock, and you get excommunicated and all that shit. So it's just, my mom actually got pregnant when she was 16 with my oldest brother, and she left the church because of it, and because they were not real nice to my mom. But just I hope
16's a child.
Yeah,
right. That's a kid, man.
I just hope she has. I hope she has a place where she can go to get away from everything and is able to just be herself and not have to think or worry about anything other than her own shit.
And there's some punk rockers out there who will be your friends. Absolutely. So if you do need somebody, there's some castaway kids who are high quality who will you can walk hand in hand with.
Dude, I think being a part of the metal community was a good thing for me as a 20-something-year-old, because I was able to get out a lot of aggression in the mosh pits, man.
Yep.
And metal
kids show up.
No, yeah,
Oh, yeah, no,
dude.
it's a-
I think
it's a
the
thing. Oh, yeah.
coolest thing I ever saw was one of my first big shows I went to. I witnessed somebody getting knocked the fuck out in the mosh pit, and immediately everyone stepped back, helped them up, and got them to like the bouncer guys, the guys watching, making sure nobody gets hurt,
Sure.
and they got them to an EMT and stuff, and but yeah, no, you would think that metalheads would be like, I don't give a fuck about that person. I'm having fun, blah blah. No, they look out for their own, man. You know.
Yeah. If you need to find somebody, just don't feel alone. You know.
Yeah, and especially at that age, there's plenty of organizations out there that will.
Yeah, I'm sure Swifties
it's
are pretty
just-
cool too.
I bet. Well, if you can find a group, you can find a group, and I get
Yeah.
it. There's some kind of safety and comfort in that camaraderie, right? Whatever it might be. It's like, because I don't know if she's going to find like sexual assault victims who had to give birth because their parents fucking lied to them.
I mean, but there's plenty of
Yeah.
sexual
But maybe.
assault victims out
Oh,
there
I'm
that
sure.
can probably learn.
There-
But that's
I'm-
also a tough thing. If that's then you can kind of continue to focus on it. I guess you're getting better and you're getting through it, right? Like an alcoholic goes to AA meetings because they, not to focus on alcoholism, but to focus on pathways out of alcoholism.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
to
I
listen,
suppose that's...
to realize they're not the only one who's gone
Yeah.
through this thing, and that
Ugh.
there is hope.
I can't
And
imagine.
you know, therapy in general is great because
Hallelujah.
had I not gotten into therapy, I would definitely not be the person I am today.
Yeah.
I'm a lot more mellow than I used to be. I used to get really uptight over things, and used to get very angry over the stupidest shit. And I still do, but not as frequent and is not as intense as it used to be. So, yeah.
Well, right on. Holy crap, Todd, that was a
yeah.
pretty intensive one. Boys, we got to find something positive to end on. Before we do, folks, don't forget to come back to the bonus round, which you can find in the members only section on the website or on the Patreon.
Patreon.
Check out Patreon. You know, we should start posting the stories or the links to Patreon on our Facebook so people can find it.
Oh, yeah.
And then if they click on it, they have a choice to become a member so they can actually watch it.
And you can click on that without, because I have the Patreon app.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
have to have the app, right? People
You can go right to the website.
All right,
You can do
all
it
right.
from your phone or your computer. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So go there. Tonight, guys, we're doing the top 5, our bonus round, our top 5 movie props we'd love to own.
Oh, yeah.
We'd love to have. And then later on, we'll do Our Take, which is another bonus feature of the show where we give our take, television and movie reviews. This week, we're doing Mr. and Mrs. Smith, the new show on Prime Video based on the 2005 Brad Pitt and Angelina, but I found it's not very much based on that.
I think it's
Which is
based on a
great.
book or a comic. I think.
Maybe, yeah.
But it's essentially, well, you guys will have to
Come
yeah,
back.
yeah, yeah.
come and,
Come back and we'll
subscribe
talk
and
about it.
watch
Don't
because we're
make it
going to
up.
talk about it. I watched the entire series day before
Jeez.
yesterday. I got a lot of time on my hands, guys. So
Mike, did you do your homework?
No, I totally did.
No worries. And then we're going to hit Mike up a little bit later than that for a new rant, a Mike's rant.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to
man.
go off on something, so we'll
The question tonight is, what would Brian Boitano do?
totally should be a
He kills a
question.
beast with his fiery breath.
that's what Brian Boitano do.
God. Is that the thing that we're ending on positively?
Since this is Friday, Lucky Liquor's got Klondike Kate, and I like a couple of chick bands, as the kids call them.
Nice.
So a stellar lineup Friday.
What is a chick band? Just
Well, a
all
band with girls.
female.
They're
Female
all
rock
ladies,
bands, yeah.
Nice.
But
Oh.
they're both awesome punk rock bands in their own right.
Hell's Bells is going to be at Muckleshoot this weekend, I
Oh,
think.
geez, they're really
It's
good.
either this weekend or next weekend. Go check out Muckleshoot's website.
Yeah, and there's a Renton connection, Lauren.
Yeah, I think a couple of the ladies, the members, have been from Renton and Bainbridge or Bremerton. I can't remember which. I know that Adrienne is originally from Bremerton, I think.
It's a real town. Yeah, and Saturday is the Heaps with Theo, Scott Smiley, and my favorite guitar player, Fred Spankman.
Nice.
So he's ridiculous. That's a Lucky.
And that's on Saturday?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Saturday.
I did some improv last night on the in the metaverse, and I had a lot of fun with. And I discovered that you can now stream live from there. And I streamed a couple different times yesterday from when I was doing this, and I did like it was like a 30-minute video of everybody just improvising from scenes from a hat. You know, you've ever watched like Whose Line Is It Anyway? The things you can say to your mechanic that you can't say to your wife. And people come up and just say random whatever, and
Sure.
a lot of them were really disturbing. A lot of them were funny, and yeah. So I edited it down to all the ones that I did. Some of them were really stupid, but I left them in. But yeah, I posted them on my public-facing Facebook page, so I can link it. You know, if people want to see it. It's a lot of fun if you've never gone to like an improv show. This is probably the cheapest way to do it because it doesn't cost money to go. You just have to be there.
Sure.
You have to be there before the room fills up.
And do you know who you're going to be performing with before you go there, or you go there and it's just whoever's there?
The host of the show will grab people out of the audience.
Okay.
You don't have a choice a lot of times. He will, because you're in a virtual world. So if you're just sitting in your chair watching and laughing and having a good time, next thing you know, you're on stage. So I had that happen a couple times, and then I was like, "Oh, this is actually a lot of fun." And I kept volunteering.
He's
like, "Todd, you can't be in every bit." I was like, "But I want to."
Well, that's a problem you want to have. That's great.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. But yeah, it's called Whose Turn Is It Anyhow? Is what they call it, and it's in the Horizon Worlds app on your Oculus if you have one. Tuesday nights at 8:30. Tuesday night 6:30 Pacific. So.
All right. Well, I think Forrest Gump said it best when he said, "Okay, Jenny." Anything else to add?
2 + 1 is 3.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
All right, boys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. And if you think this episode is worth $1 or $5, the boys would love to have it. Please go to ourtownpod.store for merch or to donate now. For less than a cup of coffee, you can also join the website in the member-only area for exclusive bonus content, vlogs, and more. It's just $3 a month or $30 a year. Thank you for listening to this production of Our Town Podcast Extraordinaire.